Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, it's there. Should be working. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so it's just,
But
anything I work on that I like and I care about, part of me wish I
but
like, yeah.
at the same time, would it be like, oh, this is a dream come true or something like that?
No, it is. Don't get me wrong. It shifts from, oh man, fuck, I spoiled it to
I'm live.
working
I'm
on it.
live now, by the way. Just as a heads up
Yeah,
to
it's
everyone.
okay. No worries. If we're in here, I know we're on Twitch.
Yeah,
It comes from, shit, it's spoiled for me. Fuck. And to become working on it, and turns into, I can't wait for people to see this and see what their reaction's like. It
Right.
it shifts, but it's not the same. Experiencing it for the first time as a fan in any project or any game or movie you like, it's so fun to enjoy it with everyone together, right? Like when I was watching Game of Thrones, I was like, every week we'd always talk about Game of Thrones. Well, you can't do that when you're working on something on it,
Right. Yeah.
right? Or
That's a good
as
point,
an
actually. Yeah.
example, yeah. But you can't
Mm.
talk with them, but you knew in advance for 6 months to a year plus about everything.
yeah.
And then all your
6
friends
months to a
go, "You
year.
fucking yes." That's just how long stuff takes. Like,
Damn,
I'm
man.
just gonna catch up on my chat
like,
real quick. Uh, hello, Xylus. Hello, Commander Aberration. Hello, Jason. Hayden. Vanguard. Izzy. Hello, hello, hello. Doing some animation. Might play some MCC later as well, just because I haven't streamed in a while. But I want to get this shot done so I can render overnight.
bye.
Sure, man.
No worries. Oh.
You're on YouTube right now? Yeah, YouTube and Twitch. So yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there some weird rule that you can't, like anyone who streams on YouTube and Twitch at the same time can't get monetized from both places? Or I don't know. I heard something like that.
No idea.
No idea. All right.
I'm not really that fussed about monetization.
Right. Yeah. Passion project.
Yeah. Why is his head looking all funky?
You know, this low key might be the best Spartan armor.
Nah. I think Jerome in Blur's stuff looks the best easily.
Yeah, he's using the same one. It's the same
Yeah,
one,
but
Mark IV.
their models are like so much better than mine.
Yours is equally good, man. Don't worry about that.
Why is your head? Ooh.
So 2 shots to go for
Two shots.
episode. Two shots.
Two
As
shots
you mentioned.
left. This is
Nice.
the penultimate shot. So if
This
anyone
is the
is watching
penultimate shot.
and they don't want spoilers, maybe don't watch this stream.
Man, I don't mean to
But
sound desperate or anything, but as soon as this is finished, can you post it on Patreon?
yeah, I'll be posting everywhere.
Awesome. Estimated time frame for that, so would be like October, November.
I'm aiming for end of October, but we'll see. It's
All
hard to
right,
put
awesome.
a deadline because life gets in the way of it all.
Right. No, I'm not saying like deadline this, deadline that, but yeah, it would be cool to see it in October, man.
Yeah. Well, when I put it up, it'll be done as like a premiere, so enough people will have
Ah,
like I'm hoping they'll have enough of a like a
nice.
heads up before it's actually like going live. Hey Izzy, love your content. Thanks, man. Or woman, if your name's Izzy. Is Izzy a boy's or a girl's name? Might be able to be both.
Yeah, probably.
But coughing big poggies for animation. I'm out. Hey Zionus, Mohammed, hello. Dun, dun. They've lost this.
Gap between the gap between those two episodes was kind of less. So you finished 1 and 2 at the same time?
No, I did episode 1, and then 3 months later, episode 2 came out after I finished episode 1.
Okay, right. Yeah, because the gap was smaller, right? So I was wondering maybe like it was finished at the same time.
No, it was just a hell of a lot less work.
Oh, okay.
Episode 2 is essentially just me modeling a set and making him walk through it.
Right.
There wasn't really a whole lot to kind of do for that episode, but then episode 3, like, I had to make a load of characters and then a load of
yeah.
sets, do lots of
Yeah,
effects
yeah.
work, and hey, Doge.
I mean,
But it's a lot more involved.
Dude, no spoilers or anything, but what I've seen of episode 3, it's probably the best one so far.
I would hope so. It's
Yeah, man. Because
it's actually got something to it. Episode 1 and 2 is kind of like the setup.
It's the-
There's not really much going on.
Yes, yeah. Why is my YouTube buffering? Probably gotta watch it from Twitch.
Psycho Gorg, how's it going? Play lasting for days. Once I've done this Spartan, once I've animated him, this shot is done, I think.
Nice. What do you use to color the stuff, man?
Hmm?
What do you use to color the stuff? Like right now, it's all in gray, right? So.
That's just rendering.
Oh, okay. What do you use to render?
Redshift is the render
Okay.
engine that I use.
Okay, nice, nice. For most of these engines, right, you gotta pay like a monthly fee or something.
You can buy them, like, so you have them forever. But
Oh, okay.
some of them like monthly fees, so you get all the upgrades and stuff. But
Right.
I prefer actually owning it for life, so I don't have to keep
yeah.
paying.
Okay, right, yeah.
Right, so then let you homework. No worries, man. Hey man, Super Mario Bros. Do you intend to go back to the Halo Masters and multiple credits? I'm definitely gonna go back to it. I'm just gonna get episode 3 out the way first. Because it was a bigger project. And then I'll be going back to I'll be starting another project and going back to the other remaster cutscene. Because the other cuts, I think I was doing the final cutscene from Halo 3.
Yeah,
The one with the Warhog
yes.
at the end of the Warhog run, and it's half animated at the moment. So I need to finish animating it and then do. It's just a hell of a lot of effects work, which takes the longest.
Yeah, you posted stuff on Patreon, right? It was really cool.
Yeah. So
Toronto Dawn, the hangar.
I kind of want to go over the Fortress Dawn because it doesn't look great. I kind of rushed it.
No, the hangar looks really good, man.
The hangar's good, but the exteriors it's not up to what I
right.
want it to be.
I mean, in my opinion, sorry. In my opinion, it looks all right, but you say so, man.
I'm sorry for suggesting stuff as I know how it feels, but I loved you did a remaster the one cutscene Halo 3 where it affected how charity slit spaces onto the arc and damages Shadow of Intent. Is that the one at the end of the storm when you shoot the AA gun and then? Is that the one I'm thinking of, or am I thinking of a different one?
No, dude, it's the one where you activate the third pylon, the Master Chief.
Oh, on the Covenant.
Pylon. in the Covenant, and then Shipmaster's gonna like now we're gonna Glass Truth or something, right? But then High Charity comes, and then like a flood like a flood escape pod or whatever the fuck it's called. It goes through the Shadow of Intent, and the ship crashes.
Is it this one?
Wait, are you putting on YouTube now?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, yeah. It's in the Covenant mission, the mission, the Covenant.
Yeah.
I think this is the one, but yeah, just fast forward a bit. High Charity should appear now.
I don't know if my screen is delayed or not.
Yes, this is the one. This is the one. Yeah.
This cutscene would be I'm just kind of gauging it. Like, the thing about this cutscene, when I'm looking at this, the hardest thing for me would be making the force field. Everything else looks relatively simple. Simple, I say. But the force field to me would be the hardest thing to make look realistic.
What about the slip space portal and stuff?
All the environment stuff is good. The cruiser would be relatively easy.
Right, yeah.
The portal, does it come through a portal?
Yeah, it comes from slip space portal, right? So yeah.
Let me just read it. All this interior stuff's fine. That wouldn't take long. This building would be fun to model.
Nice. So this would be cutscene.
That ship's cool. Maybe.
Nice.
Oh, okay, so the only other thing, apart from the force field, is actually modeling High Chariot itself. That would be tough. That's a big project by itself. The force field itself is easy.
Josh, but this is infected High Charity, so it might be somewhat easier, because...
Maybe, but this looks like really low res, and like you can tell that it's a really low res model, so mine would look a lot more detailed. That's where it becomes difficult.
Dude, if you look at it closely, that's not accurate to the actual size, by the way.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
All this stuff's cool. All this stuff's pretty easy. Yeah, all this stuff. The only thing I'd be worried about is modeling High Charity and the force field, I think. Everything else is just time-consuming modeling, really. But I could do that. That could be another one.
Nice.
I just want to do the one at the end of the storm, where you see the arc opening up, because I think that cutscene looks sick.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what's even sicker than that? The one where the flood actually crashes and the Master Chief's like, oh no, it's the same cutscene, right?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah,
it's like right afterwards.
Yeah. And then Vladimir is like, I think he says, what's the problem? More brutes? And then the Master Chief says, worse. I think he says worse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That dialogue was so cool, man. Yeah.
The cutscene. Opening cutscene for Covenant would be great. This one?
So it's the one.
I'd love to model a Phantom. That'd be fun.
It's the one where the Pelicans and the... Yeah, exactly. This one.
Yeah, I think there's a delay in the stream. Oh, I'd have to model a Grunt as well. I literally need to go. I need to go through like the whole library of models and just run through each one, and just model my version of it. That would make everything so much easier.
Do we even see blur animated grunts? Yeah, and Halo 2, yes.
Yeah, they look really good. Like, yeah. Again, it's just modeling. Like, there's nothing.
There's a force field though. It's visible in the first shot.
Yeah, but because it's so far away, and it's literally just a sphere, that's relatively simple. But when you're closer up, it's harder to sell the effect, and I'd have to think about it a lot more. But when it's like this, you can just put a noise over it. Just mess around with a bunch of noises and clever comp stuff, and that would be quite simple, I think. The environment itself is relatively simple as well. modeling the ships, I would probably remodel my Pelican because my Pelican's not detailed enough for this sort of cutscene. And I would go pretty ham with details. Because you have shots like... where is it?
You mean the one where the Warthog falls off? No, the Warthog doesn't.
No, so you have this one, and then you also have... where is it? It like comes up sideways. Is it the first cutscene maybe?
Look, Shadow of Intent. It's in the background.
It starts inside the shipmaster's ship. Does it?
I don't think so, man.
I don't think it does. It cuts from, yeah, from
Starts
construct.
directly. Because Shipmaster's ship is in the background.
I literally just need to work my way through the models. I think that would make everything quicker and easier.
Right.
Like, my Pelican needs to be more detailed than this, and currently it's not. It works for that cutscene that I did so far because it's so far away, but...
Do you have a link to how your Pelican looks like at the moment?
Only what's in that cutscene I made.
Which cutscene? Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah. I fucking forgot, sorry.
It's definitely nowhere near as detailed as it needs to be for a cutscene like this.
You still have the side-by-side comparison, right? So, yeah, that'd be useful. Love it.
By the way, V, I went ahead and pinged everybody inside the Discord server that you were streaming.
Hey. Thanks, man. Don't worry about it too much. About...
Popcorn. Most active guy in the server. What's up, man?
Like,
Hello there. I would argue that Doddles is probably the most active guy in the server.
Yeah, but you're the one who set everything up on the server, right? So, great job, man.
I didn't set
Yeah.
every last thing up. V was capable of doing most of this on his own, I believe. But I do
I
appreciate
mean,
it. For
you have done
things.
quite
worries, man,
quite
no
a bit
worries.
for the server, to be honest. You're kind of like
Yeah,
the
Josh speaks highly of
the
you.
hero in
Josh
the
speaks
background
highly
of my server.
I'm hearing like 5 different voices. I have a little bit of a migraine, so
Oh,
I
God.
can't filter my voices as well.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I've learned to live with it. Plenty of naps and cold water.
What can I get away with?
I'm gonna go back to watching the stream. I'll see you folks later.
See you, man.
Take care, dude.
As I just joined, may I ask why we are watching the Halo 3 cutscenes? Oh, we were just going over which cutscenes that I might do later on. After Chariot Falls and that sort of stuff. Did you see PlayStation Showcase? Near the end, showed off all the good stuff. Spider-Man, God of War, Wolverine. Yeah. I didn't watch the showcase, but I watched all the trailers. It looks pretty insane. Kind of wipes the floor with Xbox's stuff a little bit for me, but very cool to see. We got a flight 24th of September for anyone who's watching the stream who didn't know. That's big news.
Yeah, that's a huge win there.
Five, 9, 2, 8.
You know, man, speaking of that Halo 3 cutscene, my friend did a scene inspired by your scene. It's not posted anywhere, don't worry. But I'll just send it to you on Discord right now. 1 second. I think this is the one, yeah. It's in your DM. Josh?
I will check it out in a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Langy, you just got to sign up to the Halo Insider flight. It's going to be like the first one where it's just random who gets chosen. I think this is a much bigger player pool though, so you have a better chance of getting into it. So just make sure you're all signed up.
I hope if we were selected for the first one, right? I hope we get into the second one.
I would assume everyone in the first one would get into the second one, but again, I think it's random, so some people might not.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You would expect people to though, but who
Mhm.
knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
Boop. Jiggy 15. Keep doing the great stuff you're making. Hey, thanks, man. Always. Didn't they say this week that all registered insiders will be invited to the flight? Did they say that in the tweet? I don't think they did they? Unless they did, in which case, there's your answer. Langy. That is the case, and that just means you just need to register for the insider thing you'll get in. I would hope it would be something like that, because I think a lot of people missed out last time. But again, last flight wasn't the best, because there was no player versus player, and there was not a whole lot to do. Like, once you played for like an hour, it was pretty boring.
It was there for like 90 minutes, player versus player, right? But
yeah,
it was kind of irrelevant because it was mostly like it was like during the daytime for America, and like the rest of the world probably sleeping at that time.
Yeah. Toxic. My little cutscenes meant the arc, not the Covenant space flight. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That'd be cool. Although I think there's Johnson and Miranda in that cutscene, which would put me off from doing it. Any cutscene that has human faces, I get put off by it. The human faces are so difficult to get right in CG. I mean, you've seen me try and make Cortana. Like, it's tough. What's your favorite enemy type to fight in Halo? Covenant. Halo 3 enemies, like Covenant with brutes, is my favorite. I'm hoping the Banish kind of fill that gap. I think the Flood's fun as well, but that Cortana mission kind of killed it because it just took forever. But the Flood are also fun to fight. They're also pretty cool.
Good evening,
What's
John.
up, Bean?
Evening.
Hello, Press.
Hey, man, what's up?
Let's play Blast to see what happens. Cortana sucked. Yeah, it wasn't great. Bum, bum. Oh, I'm so close to the end of this episode. Toxic. I studied at the University of Hertfordshire. And I live in London. My accent's very kind of. I don't really have an accent. Everyone just says that it's just British. It's just like what people would expect from a British accent. It's very. I think it's kind of hard to pinpoint. Well spoken. Maybe that's how you put it. Some people call me posh. And I'm like, I'm not posh.
Hey, man, as long as you can speak your language well, no worries at all.
Yeah. I studied visual effects as well.
It's stud-D or stud-deed?
Oi, you got a fucking license for creating that stuff, mate. Is that you doing a British accent? Is that what that is? You should be ashamed. I always found the Liverpool climate odd, like, as it's essentially the flood having infected a whole ship city. You go through so many different environments, yet it's very corridor focused. Yeah. I mean, I kind of get it, because back then there wasn't a huge amount. I guess they were quite limited with time and what they could do with the engine. But I think the mission was cool. I just think the whole Cortana slowing you down or Gravemind voice slowing you down was used too much. I think even the developers, I think, were like, yeah, we overdid that.
Was for dramatic effect, but yeah, the community rightly doesn't like those scenes.
How challenging was it finding work after university? Do you work for a studio? I work for Industrial Light and Magic as an animator. I kind of ended up at ILM pretty much as soon as I graduated. I started off as a runner at ILM because when I left, I was either going to be ending up at a company called Framestore as a junior animator, or I could go to ILM as a runner and train as either an animator or generalist. And I didn't know whether I wanted to be a generalist or not. So I chose ILM also because it's ILM and it's like a big name. And I liked the idea of being a generalist at the time. But then after like a year of running, I was like, animation's just more natural to me. So I did that instead. Yeah, I've just been at ILM for the last 6.5, 7 years now. I was like, yeah, this is my camera is doing something spicy. Ooh. Then we make him move. Bake out his head. For that. Speed animation time. You want to locate it still? Yes. Cool.
Josh, when you have some free time, check Discord, by the way, the DM, I mean.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. It looks cool, man.
Looks cool. It's inspired by your scene. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks really good.
Thank you, man. Yeah. My friend did a great job on this. Instead of the Pelican, he used or his version of the Warthog, so yeah.
Just curious, since I do not work in computers such as VMware, would you say it's rare to have people working at ILM for longer than 5 or so years? It's pretty rare. It's quite rare someone sticking around at a company for that long. Normally people will be at a company 2, maybe 3 years, and then they jump to another company, and they just keep jumping about between different companies. It's just one of those things, like some people love jumping between companies, and you bump up your money quite quickly doing that. But I'm permanent at ILM, so a lot of those people will be on contracts. They'll be on like 6-month or a year contracts with the company, whereas I'm not on a contract. So I don't have to worry about my job, essentially, which is quite nice. And it helps that ILM a pretty good company to work for. I don't think we did work on Free Guy. That was probably one show that we didn't work on. But yeah, if we did work on it, I would have asked for the Halo shots 100%. What I did on Ready Player One, so I would have done that on Free Guy. I heard Free Guy's very Ready Player One in style. You worked on the Halo shots of Ready Player One? Yeah. With all the Spartans and the elites and the little grunts running towards camera. I think they're saying run for the egg or something like that. But yeah, I animated all those. A lot of them were mocap, but as soon as I saw it was a Halo shot, I asked my supervisor if I could have that shot, and he let me have it. It was nice. Which sound effect did you prefer most when it came to meaning Spartans and Halo? That is a very specific question, and I don't know the sound effects well enough to be able to answer it. Halo 3 sound effects or Halo 2 sound effects are pretty decent. Did you do the model? No, it's just the movement. That's all I do at work. I just make things move at work. I don't do any of the modeling. It must have been hard. I mean, running elite. They were the ones that I had to. I essentially keyframed them by the end of it because their legs were so painful to animate. Anything that has like a reverse heel, I don't know why I'm doing that. A reverse heel is always difficult. That's why I don't like animating elites. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, Wild Wild West.
Okay, I'm back. So sorry about that.
Hey, Morris.
Yeah, my old coworker called me and just congratulated me and everything.
Hey.
Yeah, from 343 actually.
Oh, nice.
It used to be. He left many months ago. He stopped animating. He's not an animator anymore.
No, it affected him that much.
Well, for him, I think animation's always been a hobby for him. It's never been a job. And then I was like, bro, you don't need to animate anymore. You're rich.
Oh, I
He's
see.
actually rich, so he doesn't need a career. He just
Oh, dude, why is he
just
doing
did
that?
it for
Keep it
fun.
as a hobby.
Yeah. Well, I think 343 kind of burned him a little bit.
I see.
And I think for him, he just needs a break. And I told him, hey man, promise me one thing, that if you ever come back to animation, hit me up first. I'll get you back in so fast. You know,
Yeah.
like not as a job, but like get back into the world of like loving it again. You know, I think as an animator, I think he's burnt out from animation itself, not necessarily
Oh,
animating.
I see.
Yeah,
That's fair
because
enough, though.
that's not an easy job. It's not for everyone.
It is
Um,
definitely not easy.
no, but very very much excited to hear from him. He's very excited for me. But yeah, what you working on today, by the way? Are you done with episode 3 yet, or are you still
No, not
working on the
yet.
last
Two more
two shots?
shots.
It's
Two
just
more
like,
shots.
yeah, the last 2 shots.
Yeah, nice.
Lost Fire, the Elite Animation Red Player 1 was mocap, so that was the reference. Rico D, I was wondering, what is your favorite cutscene from Blur's work? So Halo 2 Anniversary, my favorite cutscene was probably either the Outskirts intro cutscene, where the Warthog comes up and it has the really cool sound effects that it lands, and then the Scarab comes out. I think that was really well done. And also when Chief drops off the bomb on Pyro Station.
Give the Covenant back their bomb. Yeah.
And you see him fly past the Pillar of Autumn, and then it all blows up and it lights up. Like, I think the rendering that they did on that was just spot on.
You know, I still remember the old cutscene, seeing it for the first time. The bomb scene.
Weird,
Just
isn't
thinking to
it?
myself, what the fuck? That's amazing. Like as a young child,
Oh yeah,
just like
Yeah, because
my mind just
back in the day,
exploding. Yeah, it's so cool.
yeah, it's like one of those things when back in the day you think the graphics are really good, right? But then many years later,
I mean, that's just 3D in general. I mean, once you understand how 3D works and how like evolution of graphics or graphic fidelity works, it makes sense. I mean, did you know that people didn't dream in colors until color TV came around? They used to dream in grayscale, black and white.
did they actually?
Yeah, that's a truth.
That's hilarious.
That right?
Humans are
Doesn't make
so
sense, but
weird.
humans are very weird. But then again,
I guess it kind
that's
of makes sense because
it's
dreams are
what makes us
essentially like
interesting.
movies.
Well, yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. Um. But yeah. God, oh my God, everyone is just. Yep. Now I'm watching all the reactions. This is great.
You are so lucky you don't have to deal with cloth sims in your armpits in your projects. Nope, I just hide them with clever camera angles, and I just forget about them. So if you see it collapse, you didn't see anything. Don't worry about it. Same way my armor clips through the armor everywhere, but
All the time,
hopefully,
right?
literally everywhere. To the point where I struggle to pose my guy without his shoulder intersecting.
Yeah.
And
Can you
I just I just say put the camera behind it, or turn his chest in a way where you don't notice it,
It's such
and that's
a
how you fix it.
that chest piece with that, you know, the hard armor going around the shoulder, it just doesn't fucking make sense for that one thing alone, just for shoulders. It's
Yeah.
it's
It's tough.
quite infuriating as an animator. Quite
Yeah.
infuriating.
Rico D. Also, I subtly I picked up on your second trailer Was the way Spartan Maddox turned his head at the end of the trailer, similar to Jerome turning his head before taking the brutes. It was. That was the inspiration for that shot. Darkness hides all the clipping. I mean,
Oh,
it
okay, I gotta
definitely
go.
helps.
Sorry about that.
All right, dude.
See you later.
See ya. What is his chest doing?
Josh, can you make reload animations just out of curiosity?
Yeah. I mean, it's just animation. So yeah.
So the same one like in, let's say, a Call of Duty or Halo, you can do it in first person?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's awesome, man. Because I've seen some behind the scenes of like the weapons in Call of Duty and stuff, right? And quite similar to this stuff you're doing right now. So I was wondering that.
Yeah.
Cool,
I
man.
mean,
That's really cool. That's really cool.
animation's just kind of, it's all relatively the same.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what kind of animation that I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. Also, the Spartan being left-handed just makes it instantly cooler. I don't know why.
Unintentional coolness. I'll take it.
I mean, dude, don't worry about it. I think most of them will be ambidextrous anyways, right? So, yeah, no worries about
Yeah.
that.
That's literally what I say. I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's great with both hands.
Man, just out of curiosity, like, does the software really matter when it comes to animations like these, or
No.
even other fans' animations? Like, how
No.
much do they matter?
Not much.
Not much. Okay.
No. Software is just a tool. Like,
Okay.
it really doesn't matter what you're using to make it. It's down to the person that's doing it.
All right.
Like, you can make something cool in Blender if you're good enough to make something cool in Blender.
Right.
Like, the whole argument between Maya and Blender is a really stupid argument. The only argument that makes sense is when people say Blender's more industry standard than Maya and it's going to take over. And it's like, no, it won't. Not for at least like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I think it's common knowledge that Maya is more complex, right? So it's used
It's
for
it's
more.
not even that. It's just film pipelines, and every pipeline is essentially
Okay.
built on Maya. They're not going to change a pipeline for one software just because it's free.
Right. Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. It needs to be proven that it's actually going to be better and benefit the company to switch.
True. 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 Well, Spartans can dual wield weapons, so I imagine they would be capable of using whatever hands to execute the missions. Yeah, exactly.
Lost
Dual
Fire.
wielding. Yeah.
In all
it's literally that.
seriousness, though, I haven't spoiled any clipping with or without the darkness of the animation rendering cleverly shot. It's marvelous stuff. Thanks, man. You shouldn't be able to spot clipping. There is clipping, so if you do spot it, you found it. But I do try and not show as much clipping as possible because it does kind of ruin the illusion. But you, like, if you speak to anyone who's animating on 343, I guarantee you they're all like, yeah, it's difficult and it's one of the things that we struggle with. So Tuna, who was just here, he animated Chief in Infinite, and he himself has said that it's just so difficult to stop the armor from being like intersecting, which it just is. It's just the nature of these sort of characters. Spartans can dual wield weapons, so I imagine they'd be capable of using whatever hands. Yeah, that's my thought as well. They're super soldiers, right? You know what? I think it would actually look cooler if he just stayed here like a badass instead of making him walk.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think that just looks cooler, and it would be better framed if I did that as well. Also, it makes it so I don't have to animate as much as a bonus. Boom. Chest. Makes me think of the described redesign Mark 5 design game I destroyed scrap heavy, but they designed to have way more scalloping and articulation. Yeah, although his idea for a story was just so stupid and away from everything that we know as Halo. I'm very glad that that movie didn't happen. I'm really sad that Neil Blomkamp's movie didn't happen because that would have been perfect, but clipping with armor is the hardest thing. Even people that cosplay have a lot of issues aren't bumping into. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's like the story was like Chief had like a dark brother who was like hunting him down, or he was trying to find his twin dark evil brother. It was so it was so dumb. And it's like, have you even played the games? Like, what are you talking about? It's like he makes good movies, but he also can make some absolute shite sometimes.
Was that the reason it got chalked, or?
I have no idea. I hope it was, because
Okay.
that should have been the reason why it stopped. It's just a bad story. I think the only director from what I've seen who would be able to handle a Halo movie and do it justice is Neil Blomkamp, because he's a proper fan of Halo and the franchise. And we've seen from Landfall, he gets it. He knows what's cool. Like,
Right. True, true.
which is why scheduling Conflict Shastic with Hellboy 2. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, Hellboy 2 was sick. That's what I mean. He does make really good movies. Just Halo was not meant to be one of them. Guillermo could make a good Flood movie, I think, because he's good at the whole horror aspect. But it would need to be him and someone else, not just him, I think. Yeah, District 9, yeah. What is this? I'm gonna do. RT3 films, no. 98% of episode 3 is all keyframe. I used mocap for like one shot, and I think I baked it all out and kind of reanimated a lot of it anyway.
So
I
you
was
can
meant to
say-
get I was meant to get a mocap suit, but it just hasn't turned up. It's turning up in like 3 or 4 weeks, which is kind of useless for this episode now. This whole section was meant to be done using mocap. I would have got through it in like a weekend. But
Josh, so episode 4 will have mocap.
it might do. I quite
Okay.
like not using mocap because it's more fun for me. But if there's shots of
Okay.
walking and stuff like that, then yeah, there'll be mocap. If you ever
Alright,
see a
got it,
shot
got it.
of a guy just walking, it'll be mocap because it'll be easier.
Walking, you mean like as in like episode
Like
2,
episode
like,
2,
just by-
episode 2 was like 70% mocap, I think, 60% mocap. it was-
Episode 2 was mocap.
Yeah, a lot of it was all the walking stuff was kind of mocap.
Okay, so let's pretend it wasn't mocap. How much longer would it have taken? Like how many months or weeks longer?
What if I keyframed it?
Yeah, if it was all
Not-
hand
not-
animated. Right?
Not much because I would have done a cycle and just used that. Which is
Okay.
kind of what I did. It was mocap, and I turned it into a cycle and kind of fixed it a lot. But
Okay.
Toxic, when do you think we'll see more about TV show? I saw that you noticed the alleged 200 mil budget. As a VFX guy, what does that mean for the show? It means it's got a huge budget. That's 200 million for the series, which is double what Game of Thrones had each per episode, which is huge budget. I'm excited about that because and I know the companies that are working on the visual effects and they're very good, and they do very good visual effects. I feel like the visual effects going to be pretty solid in that film or series. It's just whether the story's good, and it's just whether the Pablo Schreiber, whatever his name is, whether he does a good chief impersonation, and whether they use his voice, and if his voice is powerful enough to carry it. That's going to be something that ruins it. Cortana's back, which is good, but again, it depends on how she looks as to whether it will work. There's so many factors that can make or break the TV series. But we'll see. I'm hoping we get a trailer soon. Like that's been in development for 3 years now, 4 years. The TV series, like, my friend who knew back in 2019, a friend of mine who I work with now, he was at a company, and that company was working on the Halo TV series. He thought it was a movie at the time, but it wasn't. And that was in 2019, and he said it was a bit up in the air. Like, the managerial side of things wasn't great. And then I don't know if the showrunners left it now. I don't know. Was it spinning MC's Evil Twin wants to join with the Flood? Yeah, Greg, it was just something so stupid and ridiculous. And it was just like, who wrote this stuff? My mocap as well was done by Halo follower. Me and him talk quite a lot. Or we haven't talked in a while, actually, but me and him are good friends. And he did a bunch of mocap for me, which was really helpful. I use mocap mainly for blocking stuff out. But where would that budget mainly go, though? Well, the 200 mil budget accounts for filming, actors, writers, like caterers, lighters, all that stuff, and then visual effects will get I'm guessing because it's Halo, a fairly big chunk of that as well. And visual effects are really expensive, so I would hope they would designate at least like half of it to visual effects.
Josh, so Halo Follower did the motion capture in your second episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it was mostly walking, right? In the second episode. So yeah.
Yeah. Although a lot of it was cleaned
the-
up and I had to actually
Right.
fix it all.
Right, but when the tank form appears for a few seconds, right? That was hand animated?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the first episode? Motion capture or
First episode
animation?
was all animation.
Hand animated?
Yeah.
Okay. One question: what's the difference between keyframing and hand animation?
That's the same
don't know.
thing.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So if I just say like it's animated, unless I specifically say it's mocap, if I say it's animated, that just means that it's keyframe.
It's
Like
keyframe.
I hand
Okay.
animated it. Yeah.
Right. Got it. Thanks for the explanation, dude. Because again, I have no idea about 3D animation, you know.
It's all good. Why is your head looking so strange? Who's talking? It's Prath in my Discord. If anyone is watching and they want to talk voice-wise, you just got to join my Discord and just join the channel I'm in.
Yeah.
I put the link for the
Greg.
Discord in the chat.
Greg, just join his Discord, and then you can join the chat also. Should I post the link?
I've already done it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't go by the trailer leaks. They could be a year and a half old. Like, I honestly would just ignore the TV leaks. It could be real, and by the looks of it, it actually might be. I would just wait though. I wouldn't take it as gospel for the TV series. But I know that the TV series has had a very troubled past. It's a shame. What is this day? Man, I loved how motion capture stuff would make me creating animations easier. I think we get better on movement. Yeah, mocap does help. Makes everything a little bit easier. But it has its uses. I wouldn't use it everywhere. Otherwise things just look like they're mocapped, which makes things look a bit boring and not very creative. And I'd rather have fun whilst I'm working than just use mocap to make it look realistic.
Dude, all the Halo 3 remastered cutscenes are keyframed, right?
Pretty sure the entire Halo 3 is keyframed.
No, your cutscenes, the remastered cutscenes.
Oh yeah, all that's keyframe.
Alright.
think this actually works. Let's ask this and see. You spend so long on these side Halo projects purely through passion, or do you hope to one day work with All Mates 3 Passion, really. I really like the franchise, and I feel like I have enough knowledge of like visual effects to make some cool shorts. So it's like a hobby. And because it's Halo, like Halo's been a part of my life since I was like 8 years old. So like it's this is pretty much the only franchise I actually care about. As much as I bitch about it on Twitter and all that sort of stuff, I do love it. That's kind of like that's part of the fun, kind of moaning about it in a way, in a really weird way. Yeah, this is all just through passion. Like, I probably could work at 343 at some point in the future. But the contract would have to be really good, which I don't know if they would go for that sort of thing. Would you ever remake any ODST cutscenes? I probably would, actually. ODST cutscenes pretty cool. It'd be cool to do a city environment.
Don't some of the 343 devs follow you on Twitter, dude?
Yeah, a few of them do. I've spoken to a few of the animators as well.
Nice.
They've all watched my stuff, so it's all.
Oh, nice, excellent.
You know, honestly, if you could probably actually get hired there. Your animations are amazing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, they really are. Like they're like Halo 2 anniversary level.
That's a big compliment.
It's true.
Thanks, man. Then I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
they're not quite Halo 2 anniversary level, because this is like, I wouldn't really
It's
consider
like-
this animation good.
90%, I'd say. 90%. Like you're nearly there for a single guy. That's extremely impressive.
Yeah, I mean, if you say so, you guys are the ones that watch it. To me, coming from an animator, like, I would consider everything that I've done kind of like a blocking. I wouldn't consider it finished, but because I'm doing everything else, it's kind of like I have to finish.
Fair enough.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.
As long as people enjoy watching it, that's kind of all I really care about. Why?
It's about the story.
It's all about the story. Hey, Greg.
True.
Hi.
I mean, my episodes have nothing to do with story. My episode
Yeah.
episode 1, the story is Spartan walks up to door opens, he goes in.
True.
Episode 2 is like
It's about
Spartan walks through a corridor.
Oh,
True.
dude,
Like-
Hypothetically speaking, the devs could say it's canonical.
if there's
'cause-
anything Halo fans love, it's Spartans walking.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Episode 2, I was in my element. I was just like, what's he doing this corridor? He walks. And I was like, but he might stop.
Yes!
He stops
stop
and then
here.
continues walking.
Hell
That is
yeah.
a story point. Good thing
Hell
is,
yeah.
episode 3, he doesn't do any walking really. It's all flipping and
sprinting.
action and sprinting, yeah.
Yep.
How dare you?
Can confirm. I
I
can
know.
confirm.
I'm going away from the Halo formula.
Speed. If you're watching 0.25 speed, he is walking.
Dash,
Hey.
what's up, man?
Dashy, don't spoil it.
No, dude, Dash is like
Whoa.
your writer for this, man. I mean, somewhat, yeah.
No, he was a helpful he was a helpful idea creator for episode 4. Because I've been thinking on like that idea for so long, and I was just like, surely someone knows about a Spartan that's like
I know
not
everything.
there. And Dashy found him.
And yeah, behold a pale horse, it is I.
I like to think that this is all canonical, and like while the what's it called? The Phoenix class, I forget, the one from Halo Wars 2. I like to think that one of the Spartan teams on there went to High Charity, or at
That
least one
is
of the members.
that is kind of where I was coming from with the series, because this is set after Awakening the Nightmare DLC. So, like, it's a bit of a spoiler, but at one point in episode 4, I think, or 5, I was gonna it was almost like replay. You know, in the Awakening the Nightmare DLC, the brutes go in, and then there's the 3 sat in the room.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna do an idea where my Spartan's also in that room, and he's seeing it from a different point of view.
Oh
But
my god. that
he's
would've
like
been sick.
above it, and then it all kind of happens. You see them all flood out, and this brute gets all fucked up. That was kind of an idea that I was playing on. But since
that
then,
would have been sick.
I've come up with a cooler idea since then, so I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
But I still want to do something that kind of ties into Halo Wars 2, and as in like it's a cutscene that we've seen and we're seeing it from a different point of view, because I think
Dude,
it might be a
please,
cool
that's-
thing to do.
That stuff is really sick, man. Please do that, man.
I would only do it if I could do a test and it looks convincing enough.
Josh, can I DM you a very quick idea?
Go for it.
Okay. There's no meme in there.
Actually, how the Call of Duty stuff go, by the way? The Scar.
I haven't really got back into it.
If you stream, let me know.
So-
If you stream, let me know.
Dashi, what you have there is, you know what I was talking about when I was talking about that?
Yes.
That is, imagine that person as that, and imagine the wall actually looking cool and not just like a slab.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It would be designed in a way that if you looked at it, it almost looks pretty, but it's not because it's flood.
You know what I'm wondering
No, I get
actually?
what you
How,
mean.
how did you model the flood? That looks extremely complex. The texture.
It wasn't really.
ZBrush.
Everything's
ZBrush,
sculpted in
right?
ZBrush, but then like the textures help with the detail. But like I
Ah.
just spent a while on the textures in Substance, because
Wow.
like the same for my Spartan. Like his model is really not that detailed, but the shaders really sell it.
Yeah, they do.
Like
They look disgusting as they should.
I'm trying to find another reference image to better depict what I mean by that image, Josh.
yeah,
Let me just find it real quick. Let me see if I can find. Aha, found it. Pardon the low res of this. It's from an old bit of media, but
yeah, it would be something like that. But I want it to look a certain way.
1.8.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Almost like when you look at it, you're like, wow, that looks impressive. But then,
You're
like,
oh shit, but you're like, that's kind of fucking grim.
yeah, it's like that's really disgusting, but it's also like that's actually really cool looking.
Yeah.
But
You know,
Cool.
the,
Sharing
the-
ideas in secret here because I
the
don't
this is
know.
all in code.
Yeah. I experienced this the last time.
Have you ever seen the movie Annihilation, Josh?
Yeah,
There's good reference in there for
when they're in the swimming
people-
pool.
Well, just all of it in general.
Yeah, although that's like really colorful and stuff. So I
IO1 may or
wouldn't
may
go.
not be referencing that part.
Actually, I really like as well is that you can see through your Charity Falls, you can see where Halo took inspiration from Alien as well. Because
I mean, I did. I'm very much like.
Halo did as well.
Well, they're saying that mine don't move the same way as what Alien does. Mine just
No, but I
fucking
mean-
jiggles.
I mean, like if you look at even if it's unintentional, if you look at the shot of that you did where it's got the tank form and like you just see the silhouette in the background. I think that was on your. was
Might have
that on-
been episode 2.
That was
Episode 2. That was
yeah.
episode 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so if
Hmm.
you look at that, that's very reminiscent of like the scene from Alien, like at the end where it's like hiding in the pipes. When Sigourney Weaver like escapes, and it's like hiding in the pipes, and it's just in plain sight, and you just don't see it.
I think that might have been one of my
That's the thing.
inspirations.
You can see the inspiration now. So I really like that. So I think leaning into Alien is quite like a really cool idea. I'm going to do some retexturing today, I think.
Oh, cool. If you're streaming, let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be the Call of Duty stuff. I'm retexturing the Dead Space engineer suit.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, it's the minor suit, but same difference.
Was Halo or Call of Duty, I tune in, man. But Dead Space, I know nothing about. Sorry.
That's alright. It's literally space zombies.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but never played it.
Can't wait for the remaster. I'm so fucking hyped.
The remaster of what?
Dead Space.
Have you
Oh,
seen
yeah.
like all the lighting changes?
Yeah.
Like it looks like it looks like I actually might pick it up and play it. But is it PlayStation exclusive?
No.
Can you get it on PC?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
sure.
I'm definitely getting that then.
Yeah, I was gonna replay Dead Space 1 to hype myself up, but then I realized that if I replay Dead Space 1, when the remaster comes out, I'm just experiencing the same campaign again, and I don't want that. So I've
The
played
remake.
I've played through
the
Dead
re-
Space 2.
The remake is an altered campaign.
I know it's altered, but like I don't want it to take. I want to go into it like as though I was revisiting. the whole
Immersion.
game.
Yeah, the immersion.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't.
Did y'all watch?
The second one.
Did y'all watch the PlayStation stream that happened earlier?
Oh yeah, dude, you ready for GTA 5?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm hyped for that.
Wait, they advertised GTA
for, like,
5?
the fifth time.
They announced
they're-
GTA 5.
Oh my
on the
god!
PlayStation
Whoa!
5.
The game that came out like
Go,
10
did you
years
hear
ago.
there's a
Wow.
There's a mysterious lore with the mountain. What the hell?
They also
Yeah.
showed a trailer for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man PS4, the second one, and also Marvel's Wolverine, which is
Oh
going
my
to tie into Marvel's Spider-Man 1 and 2. I think it's
I'm
I'm
fucking
legitimately
cool.
really
Like
excited for that.
Totoro.
Oh,
So
and,
they
yeah, I
basically
mean,
showed, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but they just showed pre-existing games other than the Wolverine one.
and Spider-Man 2, and
Oh, well.
and the God of War Ragnarok,
Huh.
and Forspoken.
Imagine
there was, like,
announcing
2
GTA 5 after all
And
this time.
Dude, it looks the
I can't
fucking
believe they
same.
finally finished GTA 5, guys.
It looks the fucking same as the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One version, and they say it's
No,
enhanced.
they literally grabbed. Did they not literally grab like footage from the original like PS4 trailer of it?
Okay.
It's
think
probably
And then-
exactly the same, just running better, which is fine.
Yeah, it's
like
just,
load
it's
times
just
Yeah.
slightly
Well,
higher
I
frames.
mean-
Oh god,
I mean-
load times.
Exploding Nova, love your work.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I mean, at least they could have improved the graphics like quite a bit, you know, like how Red Dead 2 did. So
Yeah.
at least
I don't know how they're
going to
make it look. I don't know how they're gonna make it look better than it does maxed out on a PC though. Like the art that they
It
have
won't
is,
look
is
better.
what they got.
Yeah, it won't look better on the PC. There's no way.
Yeah, and on PC maxed out it looks fine. Like it doesn't need to. They don't need to go crazy with it. Like GTA 5 rendering paradigms have gone on enough to where there's a ceiling.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think GTA 5 they're just gonna, if they're gonna re-release it, they're not gonna change anything.
And also, like, mods have made it look better already. And
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, can't really do that on PS5. Not to the same level.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's actually UV
Is it
on
getting
Wrath.
enhanced?
Oh, the excitement!
Ooh,
I'm
This is cool.
retexturing Dead Space model I've already got.
Nice, dude.
So hopefully,
This is going to be a really long A blast, so it's going to be a very boring stream at the moment. So I'm re-A blasting with all of my little pods moving, and it's really heavy. So it takes forever. So we can all watch a little loading bar. Okay, bye.
Oh, I love it.
Yay.
That's what
Yo,
we'll do for
turn
the
your
next 20
screen.
minutes.
Turn your screen 90 degrees. It'll gravity will help it load faster.
Imagine if that was a thing.
That would be funny as hell. Cause like I use a smart TV as my monitor, right? So it's just I can imagine me just lifting my entire TV, rotating it 90 degrees, and holding it there. Be
Your neck
funny.
must fucking hurt, dude.
Lost Fire.
Yeah.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Actually, not really.
I prefer Star Wars. I prefer that universe than Star Trek's.
Well, they could
Star
do
Trek's
it
still
web,
cool,
don't they?
but
I like Star
No,
Trek.
Star Trek is dumb.
Nah.
even before working on it, I
Sci-fi.
preferred Star Wars.
Not big on sci-fi, to be honest.
I think Star Trek has the more solid mainline entries, like through the show and and TV, but Star Wars has a cooler universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's a good point. Yeah.
That's how I'd say.
Like I'd say pound
More
for
of a,
pound.
I'm
there are
like my
more
two
better Star
favorites
Trek
are
movies.
Halo and Star Trek. Those are my two favorite sci-fi series.
I am just praying that the TV series does Halo justice and it's good and it blows up, so that they then go, oh well, the TV series did really well. We might actually be able to do a trilogy where we turn Halo 1, 2, and 3 into a film each. Lord of the Rings
Oh
style,
hell yeah, I'd love that.
3 hours per film. Halo 1 is the first film, Halo
Fuck
2 is the
that,
second film,
extended
Halo
edition,
3.
4 hours.
Well, yeah,
The
do that
Halo
as well.
combat of all
Like,
the film.
honestly,
Well, treat
like
it fully
would
like
be
Lord of the Rings.
amazing.
It would.
And
oh
it's
my
a
god!
franchise
Like
that
imagine
is
like
literally
introduction to the
crying
flood.
for it.
Introduction to the flood, but in movie form, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone's working on that in the community right now.
What?
Not
Oh.
anything official, but yeah.
What?
I mean, there's the Project Autumn. They're remaking the Halo CE cutscenes, but that's it.
Yes. That,
Yeah.
No, that's Bacon Media as well. He did a great job on the Maw cutscene.
Eh.
Oh yeah, the Maw cutscene. I
with
love that.
peace and with peace and love, the Maw cutscene is a far cry from making a full-length Halo movie.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
It's just
So
like
I'm
a
saying
30-second cutscene where you just like have a camera fly around the pillar bottom and then you just go into a corridor. That's it.
And I
Mm.
think
He's
he was
working on more
using
cutscenes.
I think he's using the same animations from the game. Like you can export the animations and
Oh
import
no,
them in Blender.
those animations were different, and they were a bit iffy.
Yeah.
They
I've
didn't
seen
look
people
great.
do it with maybe not that one, but I've seen people do it with Halo Reach. You can just export.
Oh yeah,
animations
yeah,
and
yeah, you
re-import
can. Yeah.
There's like a
That was
Halo
the biggest
Reach
thing for me
master.
for that cutscene. Like the cutscene was really cool that he did like
This is
a
a-
version of it, but the animation was pretty poor.
This is
Wait,
And-
going that slow.
Which cutscene? Which cutscene? The Maw or
The
something from
the
Reach?
more
Maw.
the more one.
Oh.
I think the
Are we
animation
talking
needed
about
a bit
like
of love.
just the big camera move, or
I mean, the big camera move was kind of boring, but I guess that's kind of what the old camera was really boring as well. It was really slow.
Chief is what looks kind of goofy.
Well, the Banshee animation was kind of weird. Chief's animation was very weird.
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay.
And like when the Banshee
just
hits,
realized-
it's literally like a fire element in After Effects, and it's like, really? But
Yeah.
I mean, I respect the effort to make a cutscene.
The thing
Somebody
that-
could. Sorry.
Oh wait, hold on.
Listen,
I
there
have
was
an
a-
idea.
The
Oh,
thing
sorry,
that bugged me
continue.
about that cutscene from the very start was that, like, you know, he crashes a Banshee into a flat surface and then climbs up it.
Yeah.
But like, you need to go around that door to get out of it.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
there
yeah.
was always
It's
gonna
really
be, like,
stupid.
Nah, he
It never
nosedives,
worked.
so he nosedives. So if he opens the door, it'd be parallel with the wall, and then he just jumps up and grabs the ledge.
But when you're flying a
Yeah.
Banshee, your head down. So if he nosedives, he's upside down.
No, if
He's
he
got-
Yeah, that's
nosedives.
true.
He's
Well,
saying
I mean, I guess
he
kind of, but
flips inside the Banshee and then jumps out.
no,
I'm
he
thinking-
He
nosedives.
headstands and he pushes himself.
I'm thinking how it is. He flies it like
I'll tell you
just
how it
normally,
is.
and then when he
He-
jumps out, he grabs onto the end of the Banshee, jumps off of it, jumps off it again because the front's not as low, and then he
know
grabs the
what?
ledge.
He scales himself by -1 on the y-axis. That's what he does.
I think that's what happens.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have 6 words that will solve this entire argument. It's a game. Rule of cool.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, who
I
cares
have an
that
idea.
much about Halo? Like,
No, it does look cool.
Halo to worry about how the chief jumped out the fucking thing.
Kind of like you
Exactly.
care, buddy.
Yeah.
For all we know, he could have just crashed into another escape pod port.
I remember that back in the day, I didn't care. As a kid, I watched the cutscene. I was like, "That was fucking cool."
It's also
Fair
there
enough.
just for a laugh.
Yeah,
just one of those
it's just
things
one of those
where, like,
Halo
The
gags.
Arbiter does, yeah.
the moment
Arbiter
you
does the same thing in Halo 2. So yeah.
the
True.
moment you add more detail to the scene, it's like the little things that you wouldn't have to suspend your disbelief for become
Yeah.
a little harder to suspend. But like it really doesn't matter.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Yo, I have an idea for maybe a possible remaster cutscene, but this is a Halo CE one. Try like doing the
Josh, do you have your
like
pen out?
introduction to the flood, where like he watches the Marines footage.
Yeah, but it's got Marines in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means facial animation.
If I did do it, I would make all my Marines wear those helmets where it's the visors and then like the mouth guard, so you just have the nose.
Oh,
If it's that,
What if
then
you-
yeah, I could do it.
well,
What
but
if
then
you
there's
use
Sergeant
metahumans?
Johnson and
But then
Captain
there's
Key, you
Johnson,
gotta-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
you can't leave them face like masks on.
that's
What
what
if you
puts me
use
off those
metahumans?
cutscenes.
What if you
Oh,
use
you know what?
metahumans or DAS humans? They have lip sync.
Daz human stuff. So is that because I downloaded Daz, but I don't think I got the right one.
It's such a pain to use, but I
But like
can
just to
show-
get like the actual like male or female.
I
like,
can link.
How do you
I
actually
can
like?
show you. I
How
can
do you
show
actually like
names.
get the characters?
I believe you have to. I don't know because I don't buy any of it, but I believe you have to buy even the base characters.
Fuck that then. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you don't
just get
actually
good.
though because you can just download them. You know,
Yeah.
like everything I use in DAS, everything that exists really, you can download. Just and you know, but they have lip sync, so they could be useful for animating faces and whatever.
Josh, I'm finally going to go back to working on that Grenadier helmet.
Nice.
It's at the same spot it was last time. Because I just haven't touched it since. It's been like 2 months.
That's right. Dude, I stopped working on episode 3 for like 2 months. I got burnt out from it.
Weren't you doing the Halo 3 stuff then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that makes up for it, right?
But yeah, but it's hard to not get burnt out of projects. That's why I continuously make new projects instead of stopping.
So what's the? I don't mean, Josh. I don't mean to be a douche or anything, but can you talk about your next project or not yet?
I don't really want to because it's
Okay,
a project
fine.
that I don't want people to see what I'm doing, and I just want to release it because I feel like that would get the biggest impact.
So
Mm.
you're
Yeah,
just
something you
gonna
gotta.
release it- Okay, fine. So we'll have notifications on.
The only thing I would say is if you watch the Call of Duty Vanguard trailer and the final shot where the dude jumps out of the helicopter and it's like a big one take where he's spinning and there's loads of stuff going on. That's a project that I have in my head, which I'm gonna do, but Halo style.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
But that's gonna be like I'll be upping my quality, I think, for that sort of thing. Because I think
So is it motion capture or keyframe?
it doesn't really matter what I use.
Okay.
It'll probably be keyframe, but again, that's just a tool, really.
Right.
Have you been using that Rococo suit?
Yeah, it hasn't turned up yet. It turns up in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Like,
Do you
I
know where
wish I
ships
had it.
from?
I think it's
Is that like
I think it's like
I got my
Amsterdam
eyes
or
on one,
something.
too. Son of a bitch.
Wait, which one did you get?
No, I haven't gotten one yet. I'm just like really, I'm going to get one. And it's
Have
like,
you ordered it,
so
or
how long?
are you waiting for it?
I'm waiting for the money to get it.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
but it is
there's like
guaranteed.
I think there's like a bit of a waiting list on the suits because of COVID. It kind of like stopped all the actual like materials they used to build it, like all the
yeah.
stuff inside. They apparently had like a massive shortage. So like I ordered it like 4 months ago. So I've been waiting probably half a year for it.
I'm
Jeez.
still
Which
I'm still
sucks.
window shopping. I'm like going back and forth between the Rococo and the Perception.
Yeah, I did the same thing. It was hard to choose which one. I wanted like an accent suit because it was the most expensive, and I was like, oh, most expensive means better. But then I don't want to spend like 10 grand on a suit, and Rococo's one's it's still expensive, and I've seen like some of the quality you can get out of it. So I was like, yeah, Rococo's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, It can do more than enough for what I need.
And I think XNs requires like a cloud account or something like that.
Yeah, and you got to pay a load of money for the software as well. Like the software itself is like
Hell
$2,000
no.
or something, and like the
Hell no.
suit is like $10,000. It's like ridiculous money.
10 grand.
Like no one can afford it, really.
I would rather
Jesus.
just
So
What the fuck, man? Dude, that's a scam. I'm sorry, but that's a scam. I know it isn't my place to speak, but that's a fucking scam.
yeah, but they can afford to do it because I guess
it
they
might
are
not
like
be. It's just one of
the
those things where
company-
it's like
They're
they
selling.
expect
I
the-
mean,
Could really spend
You're
your
probably gonna
money
say
on
what I'm
something
saying.
far better, to be honest.
I would never
it's one of those
spend
things
10
where
grand. Sorry, Karen.
Yeah.
their clientele isn't us. It's not people.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like
It's small. It's small studios.
game
Yeah.
devs.
studios
Yeah,
that can
exactly.
like eat that in taxes. You know, like it
Yeah,
doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, but for one person, man, that's a bit too much, you know.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not meant for one
I
person.
mean, Rococo is still expensive, but it's more feasible for one person, and especially because like I do this stuff so much. I was like, if I just got a suit, I'd be able to like get through so much more work. So I could just make more content quicker.
Yeah, my
But, like,
Wait, but if you get the suit, right, will you stop making keyframe animations or?
no,
Oh, hell no.
even if you have a suit, you have to keyframe the animation anyway. You like this is what a lot of people don't understand. Like when you mocap stuff, it's never just you mocap it and call it done. Like if you do that, it will look like absolute shit. You
ever seen-
have to clean up mocap.
You ever seen a game that came out in like 2006 or 2007 and it's like clearly mocap, but everyone's always like jittering and like their face
And their
vibrating?
handle like just pass through their body every now and again, and that's
Sonic 06, Sonic Adventure 2, like that.
Yeah.
That is raw mocap. That's what it looks like.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why you don't do mocap with Sonic characters.
You shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't do mocap with Sonic characters. You shouldn't do mocap with characters with
Cartoon characters in general.
exaggerated features. Gearbox. You shouldn't do that. But
Yeah.
you know, they'll do it anyway.
Well, I gotta go soon.
All right, take care.
Yep, you too. All right, and good luck. Can't wait for that episode 3. That'll be fun to watch.
Episode
Oh.
3. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, I bet it will be. All right,
It's
well,
taken long enough.
yeah, it has. Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest. I genuinely thought you like quit or something from how long it took.
No, I've literally worked on this near enough every day for a year.
Wow.
For a year. In
Jeez.
some capacity, whether it's like an hour or two a day or it's like 7 hours a day. Like I like because before I moved into my new flat, I would finish work at like 6, like have dinner and like do whatever I need to do, and then at like 7, half 7, I would work from that till like 3 in the morning on this stuff.
Oh,
There's just
damn,
so
man,
much
so-
involved, like it just takes so
no
long
rest.
to do.
No rest.
Yeah.
at all.
Well, I go to sleep at like 3 or 4 and sleep until like 8, 9.
That's not
Jesus.
Half
healthy,
9.
dude. That's
Yeah,
not
that is
healthy.
No,
not
it was
healthy.
it wasn't healthy at all. And like I felt myself getting like worth health wise, and I was like, yeah, I gotta stop this. Like it felt physically draining, and that's when I burnt out as well. And I was like, yeah, this is not good. So I stopped.
That's good. All right, well,
Although I'm still
See you
doing
guys.
late nights. It's like 1 in the morning. Yeah, see you later. But I'm still doing late nights, but you kind of have to get this sort of stuff done. But I enjoy doing it.
True, true.
We'll see how this one turns out.
Fuck it.
Procrastinating from working on my own short right now.
Self-conscious procrastinating is the best one, my friend.
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
like I'm at a stage right now where I've got a script. I'm storyboarding it. I'm modeling 3 characters.
Oh yeah.
And,
Okay. From scratch
and-
or?
One of them had to be. 2 of them have to be from scratch because
Okay.
they're like heavily cyberized cyborgs.
Is it
Ooh.
Halo or something else?
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
nice.
Nice, dude. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, Josh, I'm still at the same stage. I'll
Let me-
admit
let me
I've
look.
lost.
Oh wait, I'll take a look.
You're lost. Why are you lost?
I don't know how I'm gonna go about doing this. I want to get it done. So the model in the background obviously is my helmet. This white bit at the front is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not shaded smooth yet, just because I want to see where the actual faces are and improve.
Yeah, that's all good.
Wait, man, I thought you said you were working on something Dead Space related.
Yeah, I was, but the UV unwrapping was fucked up, and I didn't have the energy to actually go back and manually unwrap all the texture, not all the faces properly. So
No, don't worry. I'm not complaining. I'm happier if you do Halo or Call of Duty stuff.
So I just want to. So obviously, you said with this stuff, all you did was then make this thick instead of a 2D plane. You just made it fat and
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that like when it gets to the end. But for now, I just want to get like this lower mouthpiece done. The idea is I want to get the bottom half of the helmet done first.
Yeah.
Use this like gray bit in the middle to bridge up, and then work from there. So I've got like a seam across the middle, and then put the visor in last.
Yeah.
I just don't know how the fuck I'm gonna move back from here.
Wait,
Do I build the black bit separately here that goes underneath the chin?
yeah.
So
I would normally start with, I would go from here to the cheek pieces, like this lower jaw section. Yeah, I would just model that bit.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do some fucking.
Wait, is that the 3D helmet?
This is the 3D helmet.
Is there a reason why you don't just like model off it, or are you trying to learn how to do it without?
I'm trying to learn how to do without, but I also wouldn't know how to model off it anyway.
Oh, okay.
The idea is I want to turn this one here from this poly count to a higher poly count. And I don't know how I'd do that with like while maintaining all the textures. I don't know how to actually increase poly count.
Oh, you're
I'm
gonna
not
have to
modeling.
retexture it.
I mean, I don't mind retexturing it. I just want like a really high res helmet because the visor looks kind of shitty as well.
Yeah, it's because it's all triangulated. They won't smooth right in Blender and stuff.
Yeah, I just need to know how to sort of get it to not be triangulated, I guess.
Has Blender not got like a thing where you can turn the triangles to quads?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do
it
that. Like I
does.
said, I've not done any of this before.
If you have, if your binds are all default, I think you can hit F3 and search tries to quads, and it'll run through. If not, space. If not, F3
Tries to
space.
quads. Oh, shit me.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Look at that. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for that. It's actually made me, like, it's so much easier. But the idea
Hell
is,
yeah.
like, I want this to be super high res. I don't plan to do anything with it apart from print it at some point.
Yeah.
And do a
I-
bit of art. So it's like stuff like here, I want this to actually be dented
The
into
stuff that I
the-
model is not fit for printing, so I don't know how much help I would be able to give you for making something
No, I mean,
that's
I can
printable.
model it first, and then I can make it fit for printing. That stuff I know how I can do that because I've got software that actually can do that for you.
Hmm.
I
would just start from this then. If it looks like it's kind of untriangulated it properly. You got to be careful when you untriangulate stuff. Sometimes it won't.
There's like one here, but like it doesn't look like any of the squares have triangles in it.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's done a relatively decent job.
So what would I do from here to increase the poly count in this? What is the best?
So is it because you're trying to increase like the
I just want it to
model
actually
detail?
be believably smooth. Yeah, so you see like here at the top, the way it's like fucking, it hits an angle, then goes down, and then goes down again.
I mean, so that's just because it's unsmooth. So it depends on if you're trying to render it or if you just want to make it. Yeah, if you just subdivide it, it will smooth out.
Did I shade flat? Then shade smooth. Okay, so just subdivide it.
I think if you just subdivide it, subdividing would smooth it.
Like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
not in if you subdivide it in edit mode, it just
it
only
just
mathematically
subdivides
it.
Oh.
Yeah, if you would have to add a subdivide modifier if you wanted to smooth it out.
Oh, do I can just run that through here, right?
Yeah.
Is that the modifier? Yeah, it's modifier. Don't need armature. I just ripped it from the actual in-game.
Yep, subdivision surface.
Give me a moment. I am
That's
figuring
under generate to the left.
generate
Down.
subdivision surface. Okay.
Right there.
Lost Fire, I have not seen Darth Angelus or his
And
YouTube
now
stuff.
it's
Sounds
now
cool
it is
though.
a plushy George helmet.
Hey.
Yeah, it's kind of got like
Yeah.
holes in it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna walk you through some shit. All right.
Oh, dude, that'd be super helpful. Like, say I'm like
Okay.
entirely new to all this, so
Yeah.
any
So
help
add
is
another modifier. It's called weld. You put it under subdivision or above.
weld
Weld.
above.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, on the right. Those dots. Yep.
Yep.
And
Oh,
there you
fuck
go.
me, look at that.
Yep. You closed all the holes.
Oh, that's so fucking good. Thank you so much.
And what might help actually with the Snuggy Bear look,
It's like
another
harden the
modifier.
edges.
Yeah. And to do that, actually, can you go into edit mode real quick? I want to see something. Okay, no, they're not manually set. All right. So the quick fix way to do this is to just go back to object mode and add another modifier after weld, bevel.
Bevel. There we go.
Yeah, and put that in between weld and subdivide. Yeah, and also click the monitor under subdivision and turn that off. Yeah, so you don't see the subdivision anymore. And while your mouse is over the viewport, hit Z and go to wireframe. All right, let's see what we got here.
So you have to give my piece.
Isn't your bevel just going to bevel every single edge?
So the bevel, by default, it bevels by edge angle, and you can change the angle.
I see. Sorry, I didn't see the angle thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you can adjust and finagle with the angle to make it so that the sharper edges stay really sharp. Yeah, which
So just here.
30 degrees is not that bad. I might turn that down to like maybe 25. Yeah, that's doing it. That's looking more like it should. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so should I switch out wireframe now, or is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
can
actually
switch
the
out a
same helmet
wireframe.
there. That's actually the same helmet on the left viewport here.
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm not much help, Dashi.
No, it's all right. Like
I
even
don't
then,
know
with
Blender.
generalized tips. That's down to me sort of going right. Well, I can take a. You know what I mean? If
I
you
mean-
gave me a tip, I could go and look at it myself.
So-
And go, how do I do it in Blender?
So Dashi, at some point I'm going to be modeling an ODST and I'll stream like the entire process, if that helps.
Mate, that would be like beyond amazing.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't like say if I were to do something from scratch or like with reference, I didn't know where to start. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this was like a few hours labor just for this mouthpiece. You know, I'm just not used to like the tools yet. It's still like all entirely new to me.
Yeah.
So that's
It's,
what it is. By the way, this mesh
I've-
automatically has holes in it, like even in game.
Yeah, I mean they were not too fussed about some things,
Yeah, I wish they were though. It really fucks me
and
off.
I know,
It's-
I know, and I'm pretty sure between the fucking video game awards and the actual release of the of Reach, they like decimated everything a little bit because like there's some models that
Right, what's
even in
going
their
on
highest
here?
level of detail, they're like all warbly and the UVs are a little messed up.
What's going on here then with like these bits?
The inner neck seal thing.
Just in general, like the stuff on the outside, but like,
Oh,
is that just like
yeah,
where
that's
the textures overlapping?
I think that's because the geometry that's being spit out by the modifiers, they don't match up with what you're editing, which is fine. They're not supposed to.
I mean, I'm gonna retexture this anyway. To be honest with you, I'm gonna completely
Yeah.
redo it. But I had like a piece of art that I really wanted to do of like George's helmet in space, and in the reflection of the visor, you can see
Ooh,
the cruiser that he blew up with like a glass reach.
sorry. VFX, your name? I call you Josh, right?
Yeah, just call me whatever you want. Either Josh or VFX or whatever.
All
Cockblock.
right, sweet. Yeah, that looks great.
Just everything a little bit pulsy, a little bit bobbly.
Yeah.
Select this,
Is that just like procedural sine wavy stuff, or is there any
It's like a jiggle sim,
ah
like, but it's all the same, just offset. But it is
Smart.
progressively getting bigger and bigger.
It's like from here. How? Okay, so I've got this helmet right. It's
Mhm.
looking all right in the wireframe.
Fine, looks like he
parts
needs to
here, like,
run. Exactly.
I'd like to smooth some parts out like this.
Yeah.
How would
So that
I
is what the subdivision should be doing when you turn it back on.
give it a sec? My PC is fucking awful. Ah, yeah, okay. Okay, and then at the front here, go to that. There are little elements like here where it looks
Yeah.
like, this front bit extends out and this is receded back a tiny bit.
Yeah.
What is the best method to do that? Is that just to select those faces and extrude them slightly?
That'll just make it longer.
Because
Yeah,
I
this
like
is
say,
one
I
of those
really want to
things
get
where
this nice and detailed.
the unfortunate part about like retexturing a hard surface model is that you also need to know quite a fair bit about hard surface modeling. Luckily, that's all the rage now because everyone wants to make guns. So you'll be spoiled for choice when it comes to resources for how to do hard surface modeling.
Right.
It's I mean, it is like jumping into the deep end a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I mean, it's
It's-
specifically
it's-
what I'm after to learn. I don't want to
yeah,
go on a course for stuff that I don't need.
exactly. There's a damn. What is it? Oh, let's see. There's a course that came out. Yeah, Gleb Alexandrov, hard surface modeling in Blender. It's $60, $60 US, but it's
That's not bad.
really comprehensive. You want a link to it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll I will DM you.
All right, thank you. I'll take a look at that when I'll take a look at grabbing that like in a week or so. Just when I know sort of what my budget is.
Sorry for hijacking your stream.
That's all right. No worries.
I'm not sorry. That kind of went without saying, though, didn't it, Josh? That's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Why? Whenever I go on my Instagram, I get random like.
Actually, I have an idea, and it may not work, but I'm gonna give it a fucking shot just to find out.
Speaking of
Jeez.
hijacking,
These front faces here. Let's go.
I posted an animation test for that Ghost in the Shell short and user work in progress. Don't play it on stream. There's copyrighted music.
Where did you post it?
User art progress thread.
All right, I think I've just had like a pretty genius idea, so I'm gonna give this a shot and just see if I can get it to sort of work. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna subdivide the faces on the front here. Again, this is just me fucking about and finding out if it will work. But basically, I'm gonna subdivide the faces that are on the front, and then split them up based on where the seam is, and then
Yeah, that's
align
definitely
the
a way to
edges,
go.
and then extrude the inside ones further out, ever so slightly, just so it looks a bit raised.
Yeah, honestly, that's how it's done. that's
Nice.
That's
I'm
a-
basically like, Josh, give me a job.
that's a
Did you make all of this, Greg?
yeah.
Nice.
Take a look at this. Let me, what the fuck is this?
Dude,
Where's
really
the
good work.
PNG?
Nice.
I just I don't know shit about color grading. I need
Where
to
is
just work on my whole post pipeline.
I can't hear what he's saying, so I have no idea if the animation fits the words. I'm assuming it does.
Yeah.
I just can't hear it. I don't want to get copyrighted.
Yeah.
Do you do this as a hobby, Greg, or are you in the industry?
You know what? Yeah, I'm in the damn industry. It's just I did a VFX for TV and when I say film, I mean literally one movie for
Nice.
a year, and for the year of 2017, and then switched over to VFX for games, and that's what I've been doing.
Where do you work, if I'm allowed to ask?
PHL Collective. It's a studio in Philadelphia. We've just released an open world Ben 10 game, and
Nice.
we're about to release a movie tie-in game for the Addams Family 2. So we're balling.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Can I move these like? Yeah, there's a logo thing.
I had a suspicion that you might have been like someone who is in the industry in some capacity. Just from
Cool.
the quality of the render, I was just like, yeah, you kind of know what you're doing.
You can tell by my stuttery disposition that I'm in the art field.
Why is my PC being such a prick?
So close to finishing the shot. Just want a bit of render overnight. How many frames is it? 750. Oh shit, it's 500 frames. Alright.
Oh yeah, also that's the reason why I'm like connected to the community here. Like Installation 01, I've been art directing that.
Hey, nice. How is Installation 01 going?
It's great.
I haven't been keeping tabs on it, if I'm honest.
The only hint I'll give you on how great it's going is the tone of how I said great there.
Great. Is Installation 0 it's like a, is it Halo on PC project kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it was it started back when it didn't seem like that was ever going to happen.
Yeah.
And now that it is happening, it's weird. We still keep finding out that we still keep finding that we actually might actually still have a place in the ecosystem with like some of the things we want to do. So I'm happy about that. I'm like surprised it keeps going that way.
I'm going to
I like your Mark IV a lot.
thanks. It's not great.
Well, I mean, like
I
it's
kind-
economic.
Yeah, I kind of wish I went a bit more detail with the model. But honestly, I didn't think I was going to do more than episode 1. I thought I was just going to do a different project after that. And then I was like, I could do another one. And knowing that I would have done all this, I would have spent a good week or two more on modeling him. But he does the job, I think.
Yeah, let me look at the finished render here. Let me watch episode 2 a little bit. Because it doesn't seem like a... It's fine. it's good. It works.
It's alright. It's just not... It's not as detailed as I probably would have had him, knowing how much he's going to be shown, but it's good enough. I think the shaders just help.
Absolutely.
With the lack of detail, model-wise.
Yeah, honestly, I wish I took things in your direction.
It is crazy how much good shaders can sell a not very detailed model.
I know. Isn't it great? Isn't PBR wonderful?
It's definitely a lifesaver. Yeah, when I'm gonna model like an ODST, and then when I actually do that, I'll be going pretty in detail with it, I think. Especially, I need to model the ODST drop pod as well.
Ah.
So I'll be spending a good few days on that, I think. Effect Mez's music on Installation 01's fantastic. Yeah, he does some cool work. He does some cool music.
Oh yeah, dude, he's great. He's doing the score for the Ghost in the Shell short. Actually.
Hey, nice. Cool. I like seeing people working on their own like CG stuff. Fun.
Alright, I'm gonna completely retexture this fucking helmet, I think.
Yeah, Scorched Earth. My first character model is Squidward out of out of complete primitives that I did when I was 9 in Animator. So like I think what you've got going on is a much better way to learn. It's working backwards from already complete professional assets.
I mean,
I wish I would have killed for that.
yeah, I'm just kind of stupid is the only problem. But as Josh is aware, I'm very much determined to learn this kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean you haven't been doing it long either, so it's pretty
Yeah,
like mad what
couple
you've
months.
actually done.
Yeah, like especially the Cookie Monster one that I did yesterday. I was really happy with that, by the way.
Cookie Monster?
Have you not seen this?
I don't think I've seen this.
Oh my god! Okay, it's getting put in the Twitch stream chat. I did a Cookie Monster render, but it's like a Spartan.
I'm curious what this looks like.
It looks fucking retarded. I love it. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Hang on.
Beautiful, right?
I'm waiting for this stream to catch up.
No, it's in
Jesus.
stream
The
chat.
worst thing is I wouldn't put it past them putting this sort of thing into Infinite.
Yeah, it's season 9 content for
Yeah.
episode 2. Yeah, it's in what's it called? The Twitch stream chat channel on the server, Greg.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'll be back in just a second. I'm just going to go to the toilet quick.
Hey man.
Hey, that's great.
The models are ripped apart from the Cookie Monster, who I did a very loose build of him with mesh, and then I used a particle
Hair
system.
particles, right?
Yeah, for the hair, and that took a while to get right. And I did
Oh,
all
God,
that
yeah.
just so we could get that looking right. And then the eyes, like the UV spheres you spawn in, it's just
Mhm.
that shaded smooth.
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna put something else in a user art progress. It's another character from the same Ghost in the Shell short. But yeah, it was like me finally struggling with hair for real, like in the biggest way.
Right. So how do I check if this will UV unwrap properly? So let's see. Let's click that. How the fuck do I do this? Do I click that? Is it UV editor?
Yeah.
Right. When I go to UV editor, it doesn't actually show the model. So I'm like saying, I'm still like super new to this, so I'm like doing my best to learn as I go.
Oh yeah. So in edit mode, you have to select all of the faces of the model for it to show up in the UV editor.
Right. Okay. So go edit mode, select all, and then UV. Do I just should do smart UV project or unwrap?
Either way, it's going to completely destroy the pre-existing textures. Are you sure you want to do that at this stage?
Right now, no. I just want to see how the UV looks so I can take it over to the substance.
So if the textures are on it, and working, then the UV layout should be optimal already at this point, right?
Yeah. I just take it over and just start retexturing it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do one last thing. I'm gonna run it through cycles very quickly and just check how the visor looks because that's like the key part of the art piece I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I just want to check that because the one that's with the game, it looks like really jittery and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I want this to look really nice. You see.
Am I happy with this Spartan? Is it good enough?
World gear T. Just have an HDRI in.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
So,
Hey.
oh shit! Let me. How long are you
Second
streaming
to
for?
last
I'll
shot
share your stream.
done. Probably another hour or so. Hour and a bit. I've got the second to last shot finished. Wim. Hello, 124.
All right, let me just get the link to your live stream, and then I'll tweet that out. I don't have many followers, but like every little helps, I suppose, right?
I appreciate any and all help.
You know me. I'm like anyone in the Halo community's hype man. It's crazy. Share, copy link. Paste. Tweet. There we go.
Oh yeah, Exploding Nova. If you're still watching the stream, I linked the animation test in the YouTube chat.
Dragonfell Summer.
Bum, bum, bum. Young children can't be assimilated by the flood. They don't have enough biomass. Grunts don't get affected because of the reason of the human height. I think they would still get assimilated. I think it's more they're not a priority.
Yeah, they wouldn't be turned into like a mobile unit.
Yeah,
they just turn into one of those wall blobs.
Do you reckon every time the Gravemind tells everyone to move, he says all units, like the guy in Halo Wars 1?
All units.
I love that guy.
Biomass is biomass, exactly.
Yeah, like it doesn't turn them into combat forms, but it still uses them.
And also, I always thought that the carriers were grunts.
Yeah, they are.
They use grunt legs.
They're meant to be infected grunts.
Yeah. Because they got them that grunt pelvis, the legs and the.
Yeah. I did a carrier form in this episode.
Hey.
And he walks
Spoilers.
like old Halo 1. Look at him walk. Where is it?
Hold up.
Oh fucking hell, I'm skipping through loads.
Okay, so let's see how this texture comes up then.
Oh, it's adorable.
Look, he walks like old Halo 1. And that's all people are seeing.
Yeah. All right, I got it. I really like your like stretched anamorphic bokeh here. It's like it's looking real legit.
Oh,
It's
this is looking much better.
Semi-anamorphic. It's kind of like not really.
Yeah.
I just wanted the bokeh to be a little bit stretched, so I thought it looks nicer.
Yeah, I like it.
But all this stuff is gonna look so different when I've actually like properly comped it. But
are you keeping it Adobe? Is it all your comp After Effects or?
this is all in Premiere. Oh, when you say comp, do you mean actual comp?
Oh yeah.
All in Nuke.
Ah, yep. Okay.
I don't think I've ever comped anything in After Effects.
I have.
It sounds like just sheer pain.
You need a lot of spare scroll wheels for that shit. I'm trying to switch over to Black Magic DaVinci. It's in that package.
Resolve.
It's in the Resolve package.
Um,
I can't even remember what it's called, so that's probably not a good sign for it.
Oh my god, that looks.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
Right, Josh, this looks.
it's
fucking
like
unbelievable.
Nuke.
Holy shit.
Hmm.
The visor now that I've done that subdivision stuff. Thanks for the help, by the way. Looks really fucking good.
The flood bubbles look so much like pumpkins. Yeah, they do kind of. They do look very much like pumpkins.
Hey, look at that.
That's so much more reflective now. So I just need to, because the texture is really low, like in terms of resolution. So I kind of just want to upscale, not upscale it, but like make the texture higher res because it's meant to be a close kind of shot, I suppose.
I wonder what an AI upscaler would do to this.
Completely fuck it, probably.
I need to light things that make sense. I'm also going to swap these out for moving ones. Push. Lights. Lights.
Yeah, that's actually very, very nice. As you can see, the normal map here really sort of ruins it.
Yeah, it's got the stairs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
actually,
really wanna make this as smooth as possible.
can you open up the normal? I might be able to help a little bit here, but I'm not sure. The normal, yeah, that. Let's see. Can you change?
So I'm just gonna switch that back there because my PC is struggling right now.
Yeah, let's see. What's it say under linear?
Linear, we've got flat.
I mean, click on linear
Oh, under.
and
okay.
change that to cubic.
That's for the helmet.
Yeah, it's
I'll
it's
change it for the
it's
bike.
really subtle, but I find for like lower res normal maps, the interpolation changing that to cubic really helps.
I'll take a look. Give my PC
might-
about
it
6 years.
might not-
Oh, that's so
Oh.
much better.
Holy shit! I didn't expect that. Yeah, that looks great.
Wait. Shit. I do want to retexture the helmet though, just because I can. So I'll take that
Yeah.
texture into Substance and just edit it manually to be higher res. But basically just paint over it.
Yeah.
So I'll probably redo that texture in like 2K maybe.
Perhaps, are you still going to be doing work night streams like these after you finish this episode? Yeah, probably. Especially when I'm like modeling stuff, I'll just stream it whilst I'm working. Lost Fire, if they do, then I'm ignoring the fact that they do. It never really made sense to me why something organic would have a light source inside it. But
I think they just wanted to be
edgy.
alien-y.
Hey,
They're it's gamer biomass.
Yeah.
RGB gamer LEDs.
Tell you what, let me I've just saved that, so let's delete all this stuff that I've worked on, and then save this as a separate. There, see, I had reference images in the background there and everything.
I don't think so. All right, I don't think. I think they almost completely ditched the bioluminescent stuff in Halo 3.
Yeah, Halo 3, I don't remember anything glowing.
Yeah, like maybe the backs of the carrier forms had them. The infection forms definitely didn't, which was weird to me because like that's like the thing that they did.
No, there was no glowing in Halo 3.
Yeah. These bubbles were semi-inspired by the Halo 3 sack things.
Yeah. Because in Halo 1, they went like full bioluminescence, full Firefly ass.
But yeah, that's actually come out. Look how much nicer that looks.
Actually, I think the lighting was weird because it was a moving object. Halo 3's object lighting is janky as hell.
Yeah.
Everything kind of like self illuminates a little bit.
Yeah, it's like they turn their albedos up.
So I can then export this as a FBX to plenty of Renrash FBX. And once it exports, close it down, reopen in Substance, and hopefully the UV should come out fine in Substance. Though knowing my luck, probably not. I still need to learn to use Substance properly as well, but we're here.
Very smooth. Looks pretty smooth.
Select. Render stuff.
3 minutes of frame for these renders. Cool.
Okay, I think that's actually come out all right. Oh, there's a lot of gaps in this actually. Like a lot of gaps. Holy shit.
Three minutes of frame, that's 500 frames. Three times 500 divided by 60.
Lucky you.
25 hours to render this one shot. Oof. Alright.
Yeah, it's the side of animating that people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Is the weight.
Yeah, that lip sync test took 2 days, and that was half resolution. I need. Ugh.
Bloody hell.
Do you have a subsurface on the flood stuff, or?
Not on the floor stuff, but on the pods there is, but it's not really enough that you'd notice it. And it also adds to render time, and like the effect of it just wasn't it really wasn't enough to warrant having subsurface.
Because this whole room is filled with a volume, it looks like. Or, you know, what do you call it in your language?
The light?
Fog.
Yeah, the like yeah, you call it like light volume.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what kills my shit.
be honest, that actually is really quick to render. Surprisingly, Redshift's like super quick at handling most things. SSS slows down. And when you have effects like explosions, that's really heavy to render.
Oh yeah.
But they're the only two things that Redshift struggles with, really. Everything else it's super quick.
Redshift is awesome.
I just need to make sure that this guy's lit properly from every angle.
Redshift is nice.
But I'm kind of overlighting at the moment, and then I'm going to go in comp and just turn out anything that I don't like.
Hmm.
Does that make things a little bit good for me, I think?
Do you have a tip of the day for animating in Maya?
Tip of the day for animating in Maya.
Yeah.
Do it. and never try and animate in Blender. That's my tip.
Thanks, Josh. Way to mock the people who are financially not stable.
You can get the edge. You can get the educational version of Maya, I think, can't you?
Not.
Not
Does
unless you want a
anymore.
course that requires it, no.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You
They
can't
changed
just get
that?
it anymore.
Fucking
They decided that
Autodesk.
since Blender was blowing up, they decided to fight back by charging for their free version.
By alienating everyone who actually likes using their software.
Yeah.
I love that
Now
they
they're
think that people can actually afford their software.
Yeah.
I mean, I can afford my indie. Like, I paid for my indie because it's the first time I can actually afford it. But
And I wouldn't say that animating in Blender is not comparable. It's just there are some hoops to go through if you want like the exact same experience, like using like learning and then using the nonlinear strip editor instead of having a dedicated animation layer system.
yeah,
and it's not great, but it's not there either.
yeah. From what I've heard, Blender's got a long way to go to catch up with the animation and also the rigging side of things as well. It's not
I think the
amazing.
rigging side is way worse off than the animation side. The
Oh,
rigging
really?
side is absolutely like some programmers put it together according to like
Oof.
what some riggers said they wanted, and everyone was like, okay, it works, bare minimum, and then they didn't touch it for 20 years.
Wow.
Like setting up a driver in Blender, what you do is you select a value that you want to be affected by another object, and you add a driver to it, and it opens up this graph editor where you have to literally damn near calculate the slope yourself of like the relative input.
Jeez.
And it's a very unwieldy. There's I mean, luckily there's add-ons that ease the pain for things like the lack of native animation layers and the lack of like an easy way to do drivers. Because like again with Blender, the base functionality is all there. It's all pretty much working exactly as it probably works behind the scenes in Maya. It's just not obfuscated by a UI that makes any goddamn sense at all. So,
Yeah.
So the communities picked up the slack there definitely, and they shouldn't have had to. But yeah, it's just one of the hurdles that comes with open source. Animating in Houdini though.
Fuck that. No way.
So modeling in Houdini.
Doing anything in Houdini.
So opening Houdini.
Even that, I wouldn't advise it.
Opening Max.
Yeah.
This whole if you were to click on the Max icon right now to open it. This shot will probably be finished rendering by the time it's up.
Oh god.
So opening dash 3D.
Yeah, with a bit of luck, I'll actually get most of this helmet done today.
Oh, bye Toxic. Sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't read the chat. Have we tried out iCloud before? No. Don't think so. My nose is so itchy. I have an itch on the inside of my nose, and it will look like I'm picking my nose, but I'm not.
Stop picking
Go
your
for it.
nose.
It's your stream. It's your stream.
It's
You
like
got it.
right
Is that
here
going-
on the inside of my nostril. I'm itching the outside of my nostril.
Assert dominance, do it.
Oh,
This is your stream. This is your
That
show.
was-
You
that
can do
was
whatever
super
you
weird.
want.
it's like I had like a little bit of dust just go boop, and I'm like, oh.
This is it.
DSP jacked off on his stream. The seal's broken. You can do whatever you want now.
The seal is broken.
That's fine. I think that lighting's good. Good
Rami,
enough.
what's up, baby girl? Oh, come here.
Stop opening Chrome, dolt.
Ooh, actually, I do have a question. Like a big old question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you using the opportunity to pop any energy shields in the short? And if so, what are you doing for that?
I am. Well, what do you mean by what am I doing for that?
Like, are you gonna do it like all in compositing, or do you have like a?
What he's
are you
saying
gonna
is how
kind
you
of
gonna
do it
make
how
it
they
work.
do it in the games, where it's a separate piece of geometry?
Oh,
like-
it's geometry, for sure.
Yeah.
It's emissive geometry.
All right.
I wanted to do some like sword effects coming off it and stuff, but it was just way too much kind of data management to make it happen across the whole episode. So the one shot, it has like the effects that I kind of thought would look cool on like the reveal of it. But then the rest of the shots, I just stopped because it was just way too much to handle.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought like, it's like a toss up of spending like another month trying to sim out all these shots, or just leaving it. And I feel like it's not big enough to warrant months of work. And I was running out of space on my computer as well.
Oh yeah.
So I gave up with that pretty quick. But at least one shot has it, and it looks pretty cool, I think.
I'm looking forward to that. I've been thinking about like nonstop, pretty much since, for some reason, since I was a baby, since Halo was in my life, I've been thinking about like, all right, what the hell would the HD version of this effect look like?
Oh, I don't know if mine would fit that bill. It looks alright. It just looks like a glowy sword. It doesn't look like, to me it's not anything like too special. But
Are we talking sword or shield?
sword.
Oh yeah, I was talking about energy shields, but yeah, I mean, I guess they're
Oh,
just-
energy shields. As in like when he gets hit, like
Yeah.
oh no. I haven't shown anything like that in this episode. Not to say he doesn't have
Okay,
one,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I haven't got any kind of effects like that done. But I do want to, in episode 4 and how episode 4 kind of kicks off, there is a moment where you'll see the hint that he has one. But yeah, not for this episode.
Nice.
Sorry, I thought you meant sword.
I mean, it's, to be fair, in a game engine, it's probably the same shader.
I think I'd do it in comp maybe. I might do it in like Houdini or something like that. There's lightning, or I might, to be honest, I might even just do it in Maya. They've got paint effects, which is like a tool you can use to make lightning. I'd probably just use that. It would probably be good enough. And then just like a load of comp on top.
Because one thing I haven't been able to stop thinking about that Star Citizen showed about their energy shield effects is that they play an animated flip book of like an energy explosion on the surface of a shield where it gets hit. And it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, those sort of effects are like super tricky to get right.
Oh yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
That's why I know you don't like them nor play the game much. In Halo Reach, which arm ability do you use the most?
Sprint?
Jetpack or sprint, maybe?
Hologram.
I did like using a hologram. It just never really worked.
It's so weird. So I found that you can just kind of like play, pretty much just go out and die like maybe 3 times and figure out whether or not hologram's going to work on the other team or not. But like, so few people use hologram that a proportionate amount of people expect to run into it.
Yeah. That's true.
Which means it's really effective sometimes.
It's never been effective for me. I've always tried to use it to like bait people, and they pop it once and then immediately just start shooting me instead. And it's like, oh, okay, I thought you'd like just really focus in on that for a little bit, but I probably just wasn't using it. I was probably trying to be way too clever with it.
I love when people shoot their hologram straight down and then walk forward like they're a hologram.
I am one of those people.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get someone.
You thought this was the real Quaid? It is.
25 hours. Essentially, if I started rendering in the next 15 minutes, by tomorrow night, this render could be finished. That would be pretty helpful.
That's the thing with the hologram as well that people sort of tend to forget is like, if you're running and you see someone trying to assassinate you, like, you know, on your motion sensor, if you literally put the hologram down, take a step forward, and then jump backwards, they will always 100% of the time punch the hologram. It's the easiest way to get a ninja.
Yeah.
I just don't see people do it, but I imagine it's a sensitivity thing on console.
It pulls the auto aim too, doesn't it? I didn't even think about that.
No, it doesn't pull auto aim on console.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
No, it doesn't. But the thing is, 90% of the time, people are too obsessed with getting that sweet, sweet assassination that they will neglect the guy who is jumping over their head if it means that they have a chance to get the assassination. It's a completely subconscious thing, but it works 100% of the time. It's so good.
Punishing greed.
Cal replying to my picture of the Cookie Monster there. Joe Hulk. Oh, did you see that they said when the next flight is?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Are we teaming up again? Please say we are.
2 weeks.
Please say we're teaming up again. We kicked ass.
I'm down playing with everyone. It's PvP, isn't it? And big team battles, which would be quite cool.
No, I mean like, are we squadding up?
Yeah. I'm up for that.
Okay, let's get Mitchell in as well. We can use his Australian connection to help us. Like a
Play-
lag switch.
Play on a ping of 400, yeah.
Yeah, as long as like, I mean, you can host it. Fuck it, I don't really care. I try to see if they show more armor.
I just want them to show that the physics actually work in the game.
That's not in the next flight.
How do you know?
They haven't like touched on it at all.
But that's why.
They would tell you because that's such a massive outcry.
But
they would tell you if they were addressing it.
Honestly, I'm half in a state where I'm saying that it might be how it just is, but I'm not sure.
It's one of those things where like physics are.
I think they
so
are in the game.
foundational, yeah.
But I just don't know why they'd remove it from flight. It really makes no sense.
It could be that it's just buggy and they remove those elements from the flight for that reason because it's literally a problem.
Yeah, but it's just like they've had so many years to get the basics
I will
right.
say,
Like
from my own experience witnessing the IO1 team trying to get like physics to the degree that Halo demands working networked in Unity, it's obviously not trivial. But like I'm horrified that they decided that it wasn't worth it.
It makes me a bit confused because I get it's not trivial, but also they've done 5 games and we had it in 2007. So
and I'm hoping that if there is like if it works in the tag-ish kind of way that it's worked in the past, that might depend on the objects themselves and like the settings of the objects and not necessarily like the whole way physics interact with networking and all that. Whereas to like,
I just really hope that it like affects the players, as in like grenades would affect players' movement and player collision. I think player collision is kind of a staple in Halo. Like
you need to be able to stand on your boy's head.
Yeah. But like that is just a thing of Halo, and people are like, "Oh no, I prefer it without collision, so you don't get hung up on your teammate." And it's just like that's part of the chaos of the sandbox.
And
like
also,
you deal with that. That's what makes it fun.
And the people who say that never cared. They didn't notice until
exactly
until it changed.
They were probably the people who had fun knocking into their teammates by accident. Like, it's like it's such a stupid statement. Whenever I read that, I'm literally like, you have no idea. You've either never played Halo in your life, and you just assume this is what Halo is like, or you're not thinking properly.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Is like I can understand maybe wanting friendly fire to turn off.
No, because even that's like
even then I don't think you should.
I don't
can
think you
understand why
should.
people would.
I can kind of understand it, but I'm also like, you shouldn't, because that's the nature of the game. You have to be careful where you throw your nades. You have to be careful where you're shooting, like any game. Well, I guess it's not like every game, but
I think kicking players out is a better solution than just removing their ability to team kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I fully agree with you. I think team killing should stay because it makes you think twice about that grenade you're about to throw. You know, but there are people out there who get killed by teammates who don't think like that, or they get killed because they've got the power weapon by teammates. And I can understand the frustration, so I can understand where they're coming from, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm also like I'm a big fan of the Halo physics and how it all works, because all I do is break Halo. That's like my thing.
Yeah.
But like
actually, and that's another thing that I was thinking about, like what people who first of all, being like super sweaty in Halo has become a fashion statement. I don't fucking like that shit. Because like
even
you got
casual
people
sweaty.
who like yeah, you got people who like just jumped in on the scene talking about the meta like they know a damn thing about it, and like
yeah, like there's any meta in Halo.
that's frustrating, and like no one gets to just play it, right? Everyone has to hyper analyze the damage tables of every goddamn weapon, and which is already leading to like massive pushback against the intentional imbalances that are designed in a game to make it fun. Like
Yeah,
you have,
exactly.
it
Yeah.
can't be perfect. If
Not
it's perfect,
the
it's
whole
bad.
the whole point is every weapon has their like their pros. If you have every if every weapon's balanced, what's the point in using different weapons?
Like there are people
Yeah.
complaining. There are people complaining that the assault rifle is too powerful, but it's like, I mean, you used it as well as you know, Josh. Like you
But
even using it test, like it fits. It's
Yeah,
good.
and also
I didn't
the pro
mind.
playlist won't have the AR in it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah,
that's the thing.
it just
Who-
makes
like,
social more fun because the AR is
the
actually
people who
now
are complaining
useful.
about it, the people who are complaining about it will never interact with it because they'll only be playing the sweaty playlist anyway with like the VR spawns. So why are they talking about automatics at all?
Yeah, that's like I think that's one of my like main complaints, and I'm glad they've sort of addressed it with Infinite. Is that like in Halo 5, the entire esports side of things was power weapons or pistol. The assault rifle had no place. The battle rifle was, you know, all right,
What?
but if you could get your hands on a DMR, it'd be better. Like the pistol was just better than the battle rifle in the meta.
I'm gonna completely disagree with you on that assault rifle take. As somebody who legitimately was a champion on Halo 5, let me tell you, the assault rifle was actually very, 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 very good pull-out weapon to kill people that were using magnums close range. Not only that, but inside it, when you're inside with an assault rifle in Halo 5, that thing is disgusting. So, I mean, I don't know where you got that from.
They
I
called
got
me the
that
pull-out
from
weapon.
I got that from doing like production work on esports Halo 5 tournaments and
Bro.
not seeing anything beyond the pistol ever get used.
Yeah, because pistol was universally the best gun in the game, but the assault rifle was no baby either.
I'm not saying it's awful. I'm just saying when it's out trumped that massively by a Magnum, it feels pointless. If the Magnum was slightly nerfed, the assault rifle would be, you know, better as a result. But because the Magnum was that powerful, the assault rifle, if you went up against someone with a Magnum, as long as they were accurate,
The thing is though, like you gotta remember when the game first came out, the BR, not the Halo 2 one, but the Halo 5 BR was retardedly powerful when it
oh
first came
yeah,
out.
yeah, for sure.
Like, and it broke the kind of balance of the Magnum, pistol, and assault rifle, the kind of harmony they had going with balance wise, and kind of what they did. People really, the community was not very happy with how powerful the barrel rifle was, so it got heavily nerfed, and I kind of got thrown out the loop for competitive pretty much because of how not really good it was or competitive it was. Then the Halo 2 barrel rifle came out, kind of mitigated that issue, but it really kind of made it worse because the balance got thrown off a little bit more. The
You see
pistol was
what the
nerfed just a
sweat
little
culture
bit
has
more.
turned us into?
I mean, I was absolute sweat 5. 5, in my opinion, was like one of the greatest.
I
Halo
was
games
sweaty in Halo 3, but Halo 3 didn't really have that many issues, and it was just fun.
Halo 3 was literally just like hit detection. Like the
Yeah.
the biggest issue of Halo 3 was hit detection.
But even then, like, I got so used to it, I never found it that way. Like, it would be like once every like 3 or 4 games, and I really couldn't care. I would just shoot him again. It's just like if you miss one or you shoot and it misses like one bullet, you're like, oh fuck's sake! All right, well next shot.
Yeah, but that's like even then, that's a testament to how good Halo 3 was. Is that was an issue, and it wasn't an issue at all.
Yeah, I know.
I think also the attitude around competitive has changed and has intensified.
It's all now money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
people
if
are
you're
like
not
winning.
good at the game, you're not having fun for some reason.
Yeah, and if you're not good at the game, you're.
I mean, I was a 48 in MLG and Halo 3, so I was like fairly up there, and like
away from 50. Like,
but I was
respectable.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally like every match or every other match I was playing against professionals. Like I would recognize the name, and be like, "Oh shit! Oh god, it's this guy again."
Oh fuck!
But like, but even then, like, it was so much fun. Like I was sweaty because it was MLG, but Halo 3 was just so perfect in so many ways.
Yeah.
The physics.
The physics was so good. They were honestly perfect.
They're completely integrated. Everything. to a fault, to the point where like ragdolls just didn't work. They would just
Yeah.
constantly teleport from the spot they died back and forth.
Yeah, that used to do my head in when I tried to teabag, or like the desync between where corpses are.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't make a fucking difference realistically, but it used to just irritate me. I was like, ah, shit. Well, that's not working. I'm gonna play some Splitgate. This game's been like really fun.
Oh, Splitgate's great.
Yeah, I never played Halo 5 Lost Fire. I played it I played the campaign and it was really boring. And I played the multiplayer for about 2 or 3 months and I got bored of it almost immediately. Like I didn't find Halo 5 fun to play at all. It felt like a good game, just not a fun Halo game. Like it lost
5's
all sense of fun.
Halo 5's custom game scene is where Halo 5's heart is, I believe. Like Husky
Oh,
Raid
I
is
didn't.
amazing.
Yeah, I didn't play much custom games.
Husky Raid is honestly probably some of the most fun I've had in the whole series, and it's so stupid. Because so Halo 5's got Warzone, so it's got all those meme weapons, it's got all those all those pay $5 for the fucking BR with a laser on it, and those aren't locked off in custom games. All of the probably up to like 200 variants of all the different weapons are just available to you to use, all the shitposty weapons. And so Fiesta means that you're just spawning with like, hey, maybe you'll just have a Saul that has explosive rounds in it. Fucking go ham, And then so Husky Raid is that capture the flag in a very, very short hallway. And it's absolute chaos, and it's probably some of the most fun I've ever had in the whole series, and it just so happens to be Halo 5. I love Husky Raid so much. Other than that, it's not good.
I think I have this render set up now. I think it looks generally okay from most angles.
Oh, dude, if Halo 5's Firefight had Fiesta had like random weapon spawns, I think that would be all I played. I think that would be all I would play.
Yes, it's so much fun.
What do you think of the new armors in the next Halo MCC flight?
I don't think I've seen them.
I think I understand why everyone's mad. Because yeah, of course they don't look like Mjolnir armor. They look like they've leaned very heavily into
those
gaming.
ones.
But at the same time, the reason why I think they're educational for me, because I thought I didn't like how 343's Halo armor looked because it was like a departure from the Mjolnir platform. It didn't really look like it fit the game, and I had a huge problem with them. But then I see these armors and they don't bother me as much, and I think it just comes down to the fact that I think these are just good designs in a vacuum, and those aren't.
Yeah.
There's no salvaging the Seeker. That shit should have stayed on the fucking page. I don't know how that got beyond it. That's real funny. Yeah. Just don't submit that. But these, I don't know. I wouldn't call them ugly.
That's the thing,
wouldn't call
they're
them-
really well designed and they're really well modeled and made and all that sort of stuff. But to me, it's opening the door for Halo to lose its identity.
Yeah.
And I honestly think Infinite is just going to become a huge cash grab for bringing in different IPs as armor for you to buy,
Yep.
and it will become like a Destiny or Fortnite or something like that.
There you go.
And I really don't want it to, because I love the idea that when I'm playing multiplayer and stuff, I'm playing against other Spartans. But when you see someone with fucking horns on their head and stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And I'm like, it just ruins the immersion of the game for me. Which I get, multiplayer, fuck it, it's not in lore or whatever. And like these fractures are so that they can go away from lore, which is fine. But to me, as like a hardcore Halo fan, I'm like, oh, okay. It's like they're really cool, and I get it. Some people like them, which is awesome. But me personally, I like Halo when it looks like Halo.
Yeah, and I get that completely.
That's my take on it. But because people love it, I'm like, yeah, fair enough. That's great. If you like it, that's awesome. But it's almost like the more people that like it is good in my books, because it just means more people play the game. I just kind of like it when Halo keeps its art style. Yeah, and the thing, yeah, Lost Fire, like multiplayer to 343 is now lore. And it's a bit like it's opening the floodgates for an identity crisis to me. That's how I'm seeing it.
I think that was a huge mistake.
Yeah, that's a really dumb idea.
Multiplayer just should not be canon.
No, never.
Ever. In anything.
It really doesn't make sense that it would be. Like, I don't get it.
I think the concept of it should, like Spartans train doing war games, but don't make it so when you are playing multiplayer, it's canon.
Well, even then, like Halo multiplayer being like a liminal existence where everything in a vacuum can be explained, but like as a whole, it's not like a real singular event. I would really liked that. I like that about. Okay, so the map descriptions of all of the Halo maps up until 4, when they decided to make multiplayer canon, the map descriptions were all like, "Hey, this is a mining facility. This is a campground. This is a research facility." But now that multiplayer is canon, this is a mining facility that's been retrofitted for Spartan training. This is a blank that's been retrofitted for Spartan training. Everything's been retrofitted for Spartan training, because that's what it all is, right? And it's just like the walls are closing in on how crazy and cool things can get. While at the same time, when you bring in the goofy shit like the fractures, it's and do a 180 from that, it's like, I don't know. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's opening this whole multiverse. It's like a different universe. Spartans wore this, and it's like, really? Like, you're really going down this route?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, some fans are like, oh my god, this is what Halo's needed for years. And it's like, it really hasn't. It just needs to be written properly.
Yeah.
It's just because it's had really bad writers. But, hey ho. I just want to play some Infinite. I'm also at a point where I'm kind of old enough to just not care. It's just like, I'll happily make shorts and make CG stuff because I love the franchise. But I've kind of stopped caring about the game as much. I love the campaign, but the multiplayer, like, I'm just going to play it socially from now on. Like, so in that sense, I don't care about the armors that much.
It sucks.
Left. Yeah, it does suck, because I've loved and played Halo, like the competitive side of things, for so long. But
some guy I'm in a group chat with just said he's made Halo Reach look like a modern game. Here's the 2 images he sent. It does not look great.
That looks like deep fried Halo Reach.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. I said it just looks deep fried. This does not look high definition. All you've done is make all the dark stuff look darker.
This looks like it's got the ray trace filter on a little bit. There's like some of that yellow Halo. Yeah, I use Reshade as well, but damn.
Yeah, but that doesn't look good.
Yeah,
Everything looks horrible. You can hardly see the ghost in front of him shooting at him. It blends in with the background, and yet it's purple, and the background is a rock.
So I wonder what's happening in modern graphics that make the untrained eye believe this is what a game needs to look like to be modern.
Someone who just got reshade and doesn't know what the fuck you can do with it.
Well, yeah.
Do one last render. Save this. Oh god. I just saw those images. That looks terrible. He's just bumped up the normal map. Looks fucking horrible.
Yeah.
There's like an unsharp mask on it.
Oh god.
It looks like there's since I use reshade a bit, there's definitely it looks like he's doubling up MXAO and RTGI, like the screen space ray tracing. Because there's like that big black halo around the puddle. And I think that's ambient occlusion acting up.
Yeah, I can see that. That just genuinely looks awful. Like I say, looking at image, there's a ghost shooting at him.
Thanks, man.
But I would not have noticed that ghost if it wasn't for a plasma round coming directly at him.
Yeah.
And then like, it's purple. The background is fucking grey, and somehow he's managed to make them blend. It just looks awful. All he's done is crank the saturation, increase the grain. That's not impressive.
Yeah, Infinite Forge's banished map looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, he dropped by to show me some of that yesterday.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Looks really nice.
Jeez. Where do you get all the crate assets and stuff from? Looks really nice.
He didn't say.
I could totally see a map like this in Infinite, like color-wise and everything. It's just on his Twitter. This one.
Ah, yep.
It's really nice.
Dashi, that is absolutely cursed.
I know, I didn't make that. It's a guy I know. Well, not a guy I know, but he's in like a Halo group, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I used Reshade to make Halo Reach look like a modern game."
Is this the UE4 project? So Infinite Forge is not the reshade thing. Is this a UE4?
Yeah, UE4, yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Very, very cool.
Oh, hello, Josh.
Hello.
Fancy seeing you here.
Hmm.
I might go and harass Chris.
What? Oh no! Why are Arizonans trending on Twitter?
Alright, I'm gonna go harass Chris. Josh, I may join back before you finish. I may not. If I don't, hope everything goes well and have a good stream. If I do join back, disregard everything I said. I hate you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
All right. See you, mate.
Good night, Josh.
Oh. I actually might. I wasn't going, but I actually might go now because it is late, and I think everything's all set up now. So I'm going to set it up to render and pray to the gods that it all works. Oh, right.
Okie doke.
I'm going to call my stream there.
Keep Marty in your hearty.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Whoever
Yeah.
is watching on the stream still. Let's raid. Redbird, because that's on the side of my screen. Whatever that is. Playing
Can I ask you a
MCC,
question
so
before you go?
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I might ask for pointers on setting up a stream too, because I want to get more the Ghost in the Shell short work